You gotta put it here. Gotta put it up, Joe.
It's
Joe,
my computer. Wait, my computer. When it comes up, it'll go up.
Oh, hey, we're not. None of us are ready. Mercury retrograde in progress.
Well, that's. I don't know. It just locked up big dog. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That's a little weird on our part. We don't usually have those kind of issues. But
Mercury retrograde.
No, Mercury retrograde's out, dude.
That's what I'm saying. It's gone, man. It's gone.
Okay, then it's Jupiter retrograde. I don't care.
That's called technological bullshit. Is what that's called. But anyway, we're getting ready to put a song on in just a second for y'all to listen to. There actually be a couple of songs that y'all get to listen to. Then we got quite a lot of news to carry, though. Even though it was kind of a slower news week than normal. I noticed when I usually go hunting for news, there's a lot of stuff to go through. It wasn't near as much in the last 2 days, even though there has been a lot of stuff. It just hasn't been the usual deluge of information that comes in across our desk. But anyway, this is Charlie Daniels out there for anybody who likes a little country music. I hope y'all enjoy this little ditty. I believe it's called America. Don't be unpatriotic, people. Shame on you people who are unpatriotic. Coffee's delicious, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta tell you.
Your last chance to disappear until summer and come back unrecognizable. Start the chair tightening.
Wow.
It is such a cool song.
Yeah, it is. Here we go. One more.
Still with us? Hello.
One more.
I think you want to put that one up there first.
Blow the living shit out of the rain. Did. I told her it's a did.
Those dead. Those is done.
Nice to see you.
What kind of magic is this?
Them four guys
Mark
are
Eddie.
don't fuck around. Fuck
Yeah,
around.
Mark.
On Paris, I'm from Paris, more Paris.
Making up the 50s class start. Where's music?
Welcome everyone to News on the Flip Side. I hope y'all all having a fabulous fucking Friday evening.
So far, so good.
Yes, we are.
I got kitty cats crying at the door too.
Yes, kitty cats. Don't you put them in Chinese food?
No, Chinese too.
That's
I'm not
what,
Chinese.
no, you put no, not cats. You put dogs in Chinese food.
No. Chinese.
No.
Dogs
is Korean.
Dogs are for chow mein, man.
Yeah, dogs is a Korean, Chinese, Korean food, and Chinese is cats. And rats. They do rats too.
Okay, real quick question for you guys right off the bat. Does the Air Force, is their main plane the F-15 or what? All four F-15s got shot down. Are
The
they
land bases, I think,
wait. Stop. Wait. Talking about first. Okay, wait. The Air Force uses the F-15 as the battle wagon, but the F-35 is its airplane. That's its go-to.
Well, but yeah, the land-based one is
the
F-15, and that's what was launched from England.
Yeah, but F-16's there too. That's
yeah, but where they came from was England, and they were F-15s, and that's what got shot down. E Strike Eagle.
Yeah, it was an Eagle.
Well, why are they getting shut down? I don't understand.
Only
why
one
they're
plane.
getting shot
it was
down
one plane.
One plane.
What are you talking about? It was one
the
plane.
Other three.
What other?
Well,
three?
The other three.
Guys, I got the latest. If you want, I got the latest. So here's what happened. So they don't know what got it down. It's either a shoulder-fired rocket or AAA in place. So the pilot has been recovered. The MISO or the MSO, the WISO, the weapons weapons system operator is missing still, and they're searching. And it's just still nighttime there for the most part. It's going to be dawn soon, but they're looking for the other crew member right now. So the pilot, I'm sure, is being debriefed. So what happened, we'll find out as soon as the pilot tells you. And I'll bet you it's probably going to be something like a shoulder-fired infrared rocket. Zoned in on his engines and blew him up from the ass.
And how many Saudis have we flown now? 2,000?
Huh?
How many Saudis have we flown? We've flown a lot of Saudis.
Oh, thousands, like 7,000 or 8,000. Yeah.
I mean, first off, ladies and gentlemen, you can't expect to fly that many planes over enemy territory and not lose a plane.
The Iraq War was 43 days, and we lost 42 planes or 41 planes. This one is what, 30 days, 32 days, and we've lost a couple of planes by friendly fire, and we've lost one helicopter. Or we didn't lose a helicopter. The helicopter was a helicopter, and an A-10 had some AAA fire against them, and an A-10 did crash. I think all hands on board are okay, but they didn't crash in enemy territory. And so that's about it in 30 days. So that's a pretty good record. In 43 days, we lost 41 planes. That's like almost one a day in the Iraq War. And those were for the most part, F-117 stealth fighters.
Hey, let's see.
So how do you compare the F-15 to a Navy plane, Joe? What would be equivalent to a Navy plane with the?
It would have been
Fatter, slower, and stupider, but it's a strong fighter.
The 15 would have been the Tomcat was actually a little better plane than the 15 was, but they were the same plane basically, same body.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The F-15 is just like the F-14, except for it's fatter, slower, and stupider.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's
It doesn't have the same equipment on it. They have a heat package now, but it's still not as smart as the F-14, 16s, 18s, or anything else. It's the slowest and dumbest thing we got. It's an air tank fighter.
Last I heard, it was going to be phased out as a trainer like they did with the F-4.
Right, yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised. I guess because we got a lot of them still in good condition, they're using them.
Well,
so
one less, but yeah.
But because it wasn't from a plane. We have air superiority over the whole place.
Yeah.
But that's the other problem. We're flying
air superiority does not mean it is a safe zone.
No.
There's still AAA emplacements. There's still missiles, and there's still shoulder-fired things and other.
I watched the other day them just crisscrossing the country virtually unscathed. So I mean, there's going to be a time. But it does tell you though, there must not be much in the way of AAA left. As far
but
as
it could have been anything. It could have been a tank that we missed. It could be a AAA gun on a truck that's mobile.
No, see that would have came on radar though. He would have got a warning for that. Anything that uses radar, the pilot's going to get a warning for. He might not get it in time.
Only if the radar's on.
But he got to use the radar to lock onto the plane.
Well, not if you're moving. You turn the gun off. You don't want to be a moving target.
No, I mean, but he wasn't moving. He was shooting the guy down, so he had.
That's true.
Yeah, so he was stationary, and once he flipped that radar on, but he might have been right on top of him before.
That's why they're saying it's possibly a shoulder-fired rocket.
More than likely, that's what it is. It's an over-the-shoulder boulder holder slogan. It's a rocket. It's one of them, the ones we gave so many to the Afghanis for the Russian war. It's they're basically, which would replace the bazooka, a little baby missile.
He wants to be on TV so bad, he's scratching the back of the chair. There you go, buddy. There's your audience.
You're on the wrong show, Mr. Gray. You got to come on the other show. We allow Grays. We allow Grays on the other show, not this one now.
Well, it's bad enough. We must get moose and squirrel.
Okay, here we go. Well, those, I like playing those kind of tunes. It just riles everybody up. It gets people fired.
Well, but the thing is it should have been not bomb Iran, not bomb, because right now we're not. While we look for this second crew member, and they don't know if it's male or female.
Pete said we were going to have active areas, just not where he went down at. He didn't say we were going to stop.
Now,
Israel
I'm going to come back with this question.
Suspended although Israel has suspended all operations, period, in Iran, period.
Which one? Go ahead.
All right, my question is that they capture this pilot or kill him. What's that going to do with the war?
Okay, first off,
boots on the ground, probably.
If they're stupid enough to kill him,
or her, especially her.
Yeah. If you go that far,
you know what they're going to do before they kill her.
It's not going to be pretty for your country. It's just we will wipe them. Trump won't even give a shit what the public says anymore. Trump will just order the whole motherfucking place leveled to the ground.
Yeah.
You don't have to use nukes. He could right now because we got B-52s over there right now. And that's another thing.
All the strategic spots.
So that's another thing that's a little bit fishy here. We got a lot of B-52s over there. We got Lancers over there. We got all kind of shit. Now B-52s are they fly high, but they fly slow.
Yes.
And
they drop their ordnance from what, 72,000 feet?
Depends. It depends
maybe
what
higher.
It is.
I mean,
no, sometimes no. When they're carpet bombing, they're much lower.
Yeah,
half a mile off the ground.
A strategic or tactical weapon would be from way up high.
Yeah, but that's not what they're going to be doing. They're going to go in and like just level the power plants, level the oil fields, just flatten the whole country. You remember what Iraq did to to Kuwait? That's basically what we're going to do to Iran. We're just going to level everything. And then if that's not enough, we're going to tell people you need to get out because we're going to level your cities next. Move to another country. Get the fuck out because all 90 million of you, somebody's going to die if you stay. Because the American people will be all over Trump's nuts like white on rice, baby. But
well, I mean,
the Democrats are not going to say, "Oh no, we told you so," because most of America is going to be wanting fucking revenge.
We can also fan the flames backwards to 1979 when, at the time, President Carter, I think 12 or 13 when this happened, probably 12, and Carter ordered not an airstrike, but an air rescue with. We have specialists in all army branches that are specialists in search and rescue. And in some cases, that's live fire search and rescue. That means they come in and they kill bad guys looking for good guys. Right? He sent in a group. The general used jungle helicopters that flew through I don't know if it's the Kuwait desert or the Egyptian desert, but somewhere in that area. I think it was the Libyan desert, actually. And the Libyans captured them and turned them over to the Iranian. I mean, it wasn't that many. Most of them died in the desert. But the 2 or 3 that they did capture were killed instantly on like public TV in Iran. And Carter was given a great deal of shit for doing that. I would praise the guy for doing it. And what he should have done right after that is sent the whole freaking army right then, because that's an act of war, hands down, boom. And I'm sure NATO would have come around behind us eventually, because if Iran is doing what they're doing now, throwing whatever ordinance they have at all of their friends and neighbors, they would have done this back then. They may not have had as much capacity back then, but they would have still done it. They would have shot their entire load off and started World War III right back then.
Yeah, nobody, even China doesn't want to go to war over the Middle East. But the problem is now, see, Trump told them fuckers in the EU, oh yeah, they're gonna get together. They're doing a UN EU thing and leaving America out of it. So that America's like, fine, we'll do whatever. China's like, no, fuck you. Wait a minute, you're not gonna go block up the Hormuz Straits. What's going on here? And China's like, because China gets a good deal of oil through there.
93% of their oil comes from that spot.
So that means they got to sail all the way around. I mean, they can still get oil, but just have to sail all the way around.
And it's going to cost twice as much, probably.
And that's if America don't keep pushing until we get a regime change. So we got a clip later, don't let me forget, of the guy that wants to take over Iran. And he was talking about how great of a thing Trump was doing. He was on with that asshole hates Trump. Anyway, it's somewhere. I think it's on the Facebook page. I'll have to go look. But still, there's so much of this that needs to be put out to the public, but we're just kind of sitting on a lot of stuff for some reason. Somebody the other day, I was watching a clip out of Harvard, and they're asking these 2 girls, well, do you think Iran would have used nukes against it? And they're like, no, they would not never do anything like that. They're such nice people.
No, yes, they would. Yes, they would. Look, and we don't know. We think we know where they have 1,100 pounds, I believe, of yellow cake, what they call yellow cake uranium. Isn't that what they call it? 60% uranium. Yeah, anyway, 60, if it's where it is hidden, they're not attacking that area because they don't want to lose the stuff. They want to recover it because we can either dumb it down and turn it into 20% fuel, or we can blow it up and turn it into a weapon. Or we can destroy it, either way. Or we can turn it into depleted uranium armaments. But if we can't find it, then we have to worry about some 11 or 12 cities, or maybe more if they break it down to smaller pieces and break it into a whole bunch of 22 little tiny portable dirty bombs. There's 22 cities that worldwide could be unsuspecting, eventually nuclear dirty areas.
That's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
And we know they have ballistic capabilities now. They can reach to Southern Europe for sure. So this, if I believe this is the article where the gentleman, what's his name? I can't remember. Anyway, we'll just listen to it and he'll tell us. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Rather than a proper introduction, but the hell with it. So one of them kind of nights, I just ain't going to go there. It's, well, I'll tell you that. What are you doing banging away?
So I can speak from personal experience on that. I don't know that gentleman. However,
and I just want to say President Trump didn't just do a good job on the border. He crushed it.
Yeah.
He closed
the
whole
we have
thing.
to let it play now.
And he exposed what Democrats are saying as a complete and utter lie. They told us they needed an act of Congress in order to close the border. No, they were just dragging their feet. All we needed was a president willing to do the job.
Amen.
So say what you want about President Trump, but he actually protected our national sovereignty. And you just don't have a country. You don't have a nation state with porous borders. And I just want to say.
So,
well, I can say about the last video. I don't know the gentleman that was speaking. I know he's part of the Shah's family.
Yeah.
But in '79, when the Shah's family had to leave, his sister and her family moved into my neighborhood. They were 1, 2, 3, 4 houses up, and they seemed like very nice people, but they were scared to death. The mother hardly talked to anybody. My mom got to talk to her and some of the other moms in the neighborhood, and none of us ever saw the father. The vehicle they had was kind of similar to the car they have now for the president, but it wasn't as big. It was definitely let's just say, as they say in the CIA world, it was hardened against attack.
If I'm not mistaken, he don't want to run for the president or be the president of Iran.
Yeah. No, that's what I was just
Iran to have. He wants Iran to have a democratic or a whatever kind of democracy where they vote for the people to come in. He don't want to do it.
Exactly. He's part of that family that was in control in '79 that was ousted by the what do you call the clerics or whatever. But his family were scared to death. They didn't want anybody to know where they were. The CIA, I guarantee you, NSA, there was a lot of security in our neighborhood during those years. My dad was still working for the DOD, so my house was definitely monitored by the NSA 24/7. So it was a secure area for them, but they did not want to go back. That was the gist that all the neighborhood mothers got from the parents of the two kids. We hardly ever saw the kids either. There were 2 or 3 kids in around our age group, scared to death to come out in the daytime for fear of being shot to death in a country that is free. And none of, they shouldn't have been afraid of that, but none of them want to be anything involved with that government anymore, but they do want it to be like it was. And so that man, I applaud him. I don't know, we didn't catch his name, but I'll bet you he was scared to death to have that interview.
We'll bring it up in a little while. No, this guy, he's been seriously talking about this. I think he's a grandson of the Shah or something.
He's putting himself in serious danger from the regime. I can promise you that.
Oh, he is, because somebody will try to kill him sooner or later. What he wants to do is basically what we're trying to do with the girl in Venezuela right now and the guy in Cuba. So Trump's basically pulling this, saying, okay, transitional government, let this guy come in for 2 years to steady the government, and 2 more years to set up the free election, and then you have the election. And then he can go work in a cabinet job somewhere, or he just fucking retire, either way. Cuba has talked it, so the guy just basically said, you know what, fuck it. There's no way to beat America. And right now, half the country don't even have lights on. So they're just like, no, okay, look. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and transition as well.
So if the power isn't on, then the sewage and water reclamation plants aren't working. Hey, Heidi. Therefore, all the toilets aren't working. Therefore, everyone's houses are backing up with shit, piss, and other nasty stuff. What a joy.
Yeah, at least they live in an island and to wash and clean every once in a while. It's one of them hurricanes. It's a fact, people. You can get, it's just one of them things.
That's true.
Hey, Kara, how you doing? It's I don't know. But it looks like Trump looks like he's got it. He looks like he's in a position that if by some fucking miracle he can pull this off, he will go down as the greatest president in American history ever. Free 3 states in one term, along with ending 8 wars. Shit. I mean, how? And he'll get credit for ending his own war too. So that'll be 9. Oh man, it's we could really see he could be the guy who could really change the world, because without Iran, if we had a democratic run Iran that were friends with us like Saudi or any of the other 8 countries over there, it would be a different place. And they wouldn't have to spend their money trying to build nukes. They could spend their money on, having fun, expanding their country, doing things like, the rest of the Middle East has been doing for a while. You heard the president the other day of Iran saying Saudi needs to kick us out. Saudi's like, what? Saudi said, if you keep throwing fucking missiles at us, we're going to get into the war.
Yeah. Aren't they in the war now, Joe?
Yeah, they're targeted.
I think they sent some missiles, and that's about it.
Or is it Qatar? Or is it Qatar?
Qatar and Kuwait have all helped, but I think that was Saudi. They sent missiles.
So it's very weird. It's very weird the things we've learned in this war. So when you go back to Desert Storm, this didn't exist, but now we actually have a missile shield network in the Middle East. Well, how in the fuck we don't have that in Europe? What the?
Well, because until now they didn't think the Iranians could hit Europe. Well, now we know.
Iran, Russia, and China's right there. Screw Iran. Who's worried about Iran? Putin has said on a dozen times, "I'm coming for you." He wants him. If the world can get in enough chaos, he can go over there and usurp France and England real quick.
And France will capitulate to anyone who's trying to kill 50,000 cows.
Oh, now. So just today,
we got a story though.
I know it is. But we got an article from the asshole today, Macron, whatever his name is, going, well, we can't let China and Russia and America bully us, dude. We have bailed your ass out more times than even I can keep count of, and we're over there trying. Wait, they can't even reach us.
Troops on their territory to keep them safe from Europe,
but worse than that, we're over there killing people in the Middle East, so ballistic missiles don't reach Europe because they can't reach us yet.
No,
oh my God.
So we're like, what the fuck? And then you're not even going to go. And we didn't even wait. It's even worse because we didn't ask them to get into the fucking war. We just asked them to put ships in the strait to keep it open.
And listen to this. We asked for permission to use our bases on their territory to refuel our stuff going to that area. No was the answer in most cases, especially from Spain.
It's
fascist bastards. If anyone's fascist, I think in this whole fiasco, it would be Spain.
Yeah, well, they're pretty hardcore liberal.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Have you noticed that in the news there is nothing being mentioned about England and that other dude over there?
I disagree. There's lots being mentioned about England. What they have been saying is they are still unable to get their, let's just say, they can't put Viagra in their Navy. They can't get any of it to stay up.
They're just having, well, because they've been trying to get ships out to certain places and they can't get them deployed.
They can't get their ships going.
They can't get them fucking deployed. When they attacked that island, they were going to send 2 ships. They couldn't get even to start.
No, it'll be like this.
They would have lost their fucking job if 2 Navy ships were on standby and you were ordered out and they couldn't even start. Do you know how many? Man, they would. Jesus, they'd prosecute everybody in the ship from the engineer up and all the way up to the admiral in charge. Man, there's no
run this scenario under our hats. Listen to this. What if Russia wasn't fighting Ukraine right now and they just found out that the king of all navies can't get their navy up and running? bam, I'll bet you $5 Putin would attack then.
And and it's funny to me, Micron and Stom and all in the mode are talking shit about Trump. And I'm thinking, dude, if you keep it up and Russia attacks y'all, we're gonna go.
What do you want us to do about it? Sorry, buddy.
But then again, Joe, I come back and say to you, they're NATO, and aren't we NATO?
Well, I don't know. We're thinking about leaving NATO. Yeah, Trump said we're going to probably leave NATO over this.
He threatened that at the first administration.
So the general in charge of NATO says if America leaves, he leaves. He said there is no NATO without the United States. He said Europe is completely unready for any type war. They would lose.
They are, as it is, swinging in the wind if we leave NATO.
He said there's just no way. And he was pissed about it. He said he's had enough of this. He said, you don't understand what's going on in the world. He said, you got Putin threatening you. Xi Jinping's looking at you like you're all cutesy and stuff. Middle East is shooting ballistic missiles at you.
Putin and Ping want to divvy up Europe like a fucking pizza.
It's
guarantee you.
Well, we're going to want some of that too. So we're not going to have all of it, but we're going to actually in the end, after they conquer all the whole area,
we should at least grab Italy and Ireland.
So that's what'll happen. We'll go. So they'll take the whole area and then we'll say, okay, look, we just want 3 countries. We're going to tell you which 3 they are. One, you can't have the Vatican. We're sorry, dude. The Catholics, you just don't get the Vatican. So you got to give us Italy. Unfortunately, England, you got to give us England because that's the forefathers. They, you got to give us them. And we're just going to take Canada because we're going to end up with fucking bullshit with them. And but the bad part is, like, I know a bunch of Canadians, not including the ones on this network, and they're not real happy. And they don't want Chinese. Even the liberals don't want the Chinese in their country.
They're trying to sell the center of their country to Chinese nationals.
Yeah. So
what?
One of the things going on in the world.
It's nuts.
My friend just sent me this thing, Marco. I do remember. So the United States decided to cartel the amount of farmland China can buy, and then they started telling them they have to be, when they establish as businesses, they have to be X amount of miles away from any farmland. Yeah, because they don't trust them. They don't trust them. I got some April spring wine moonshine.
Well, that, and we don't want their tiny Chinese cows mating with our giant American cows.
Oh Lord, I'm going to pass on that comment.
Oh my God! Gee. Hey Joe, have you ever tried any moonshine from Appalachia?
Yeah, actually I have.
That should knock you out, man. It's
horrible,
man.
Dude. It's like
you bunch of wussies.
You can remove the paint from a car off of it.
But you know what? Now you don't have to get moonshine. You can go buy Everclear. It's $190. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, you can always buy Everclear, but where he's talking like handmade stuff.
Yeah, I know he's talking about because you get moonshine all the time down here. You're allowed to make whiskey and moonshine in the state.
Dude, you can take chrome off of a trailer hitch with it. That's how
okay,
strong it is.
Look, Pete, I'm gonna give y'all a real quick recipe y'all gonna all love. Okay, you start off. You go find you some wild cherries. They're all over the U.S. Just you can find them. They're not real hard. They're little tiny cherries.
That sounds interesting.
You're gonna ferment these cherries in sugar, and when it's about halfway fermented, just for an added boost, you're gonna pour in a combination a little White Lightning, a little 190, and a little 151 rum, and then you're gonna let it ferment some more. It ferments for about 45 days. This shit comes out looking like blood. And when you drink it, it's got this like kind of twisty, sweetie, like, wow. And then bam, you're like, what the? You drink this much of it, you're walking like this, man. I mean,
you don't put any yeast in
it? They call it cherry bounce. Yeah, actually did, but we did. It's you get these little mini pouches you get.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You missed that part.
Yeah, I did miss that part. Sorry, guys. Well, that's if you've ever made liquor before, it's a common thing.
Heidi calls it April wine.
April,
that's a song.
Now, there's this thing. One of my friends' bands in college in Savannah. The band's name was Dandelion Wine, and there's actually recipes for making wine out of dandelion.
So what are you telling us? Is it was a queer band, right? Is that what you're telling us?
They were pretty good, actually. Almost all the band.
Two
things
I
gotta say about my growing up. I got really good exposure to good music. I saw a lot of Rush shows up in the area in Rockville. DC had some good nightlife and when I was able to drink. But in Savannah, the nightlife there, almost all of my friends were artists and musicians, and they all played in like 3 or 4 different bands, and all of them played 3 or 4 different styles of music, but all of them were musicians. And one of the musicians, he's passed now, Joe Holman. Whenever what's her name, Joan Jett came to town, she came to hang out at Joe's house.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
No, she didn't. I remember she came hanging in my house.
You weren't in Georgia, goofball. But
I'm always in
hang
Georgia.
out with us.
No,
Georgia
thank you for.
He was a bartender.
No, Heidi was adding to the conversation.
But also, not only did we meet her, but we got to meet Leon Redbone. I sat right next to Leon Redbone for like all night and drank and talked to him. It was awesome.
I never had dandelion tea, Heidi. Never did.
Oh, moving on to real news now. Y'all gonna drive me drinking. This ain't the chat people. This is a news show. I gotta get on them, guys. I know, Carly. I know they're bad. I know. I'm gonna hire these 2 tall redhead blondes with 9-inch shields to spank them every once in a while.
Yeah, there you go. Bring it on, dude. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
I'll make sure that.
You know what, Joe? Joe, I tell you what. I'll even supply the damn paddle too, buddy.
Well, second thought, can Sean go first?
Sean go first. Yes, people. Janine, this is an R-rated show. Yes, I'm sorry. It is. And some nights it can be worse. No, this show don't broadcast on FM. Oh, hell no. They put all 3 of us in jail. What are you? We'd fine. We'd be
lucky we're not in jail.
Yeah, so you're off on the covers on FM. Some shows don't get on FM because, you know, we get a little rowdy sometimes. Like to chat, it'll never be on FM ever. It's on TV, though. You can watch this. Oh, speaking of good segue. So the network's getting ready to kind of bloom in its television new debut. So you've been able to get us on Roku for quite some time. Live mode mainly, but you could still get us in live. But this is a whole new setup. So they're giving us the new Roku Fire Stick, which we've been using on and off. Amazon Television, Google Television, Samsung Television, OSI Television, and somebody else I'm forgetting. Apple Television.
OSI, Office of Special Investigations. I mean, Steve Austin's organization is looking at us. Hey, Steve.
What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is there'll be a live video feed on the website, so you can watch it. But anyway, you'll be able to get us in. You can get us in all those venues. Think about this: you can watch us in television and all your big screen TVs. Get to see our handsome faces in a big screen. And
damn straight.
And you know, we do a lot of clips and videos, so it's really good if you got a big screen to see some of this stuff. Oh, we got some clips for later. We got a bunch of stuff we got to go through. Wait. What was this? I had this. I was going to say something about this. NASA has released NASA rover photos showing possible insects and reptiles.
What?
Yes, hold on. Look at that.
Say that again. Or
Look
throw it
at
on
that.
the screen.
Hold on.
No picture. It didn't happen.
Where are we here? Let's see if we can find this. Boop.
Damn.
And boop.
It's up.
Hey, Jay, grab that Toby Keith song while we got this up, because we're going to be going break.
Toby Keith, where do I find that? Is it in here?
No, you're going to have to probably get off of YouTube. It's the patriotic one he sings. I can't think of the damn name of it now. Oh, you know what? If you're on the UFO page, you can pull it off of the playlist. It's in the playlist. Okay, let me see. Do I see insects anywhere? I'm not seeing no insects here. What we got going on? What's NASA saying?
I don't see no damn insects.
Courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
And ladies,
yeah, courtesy. That's it. Courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
That's it. Yeah. But
and
you know
Sean,
what, Joe? Tell our viewers when they can go to Amazon TV and they're on the big screen, maybe they can find them ants or bugs. You know what I mean?
Maybe so. So yeah, blowing it up.
Oh no! So what are we seeing here?
I'm trying to find out what we're seeing here. Actually, it's oh yeah, look at that little bug right there, man. Damn it, look at that.
Bug?
2 bugs.
Oh
man, look at that, man. Not those, man. A bug right. Oh no, that's on my screen. Never mind. Sorry, guys. I thought there was a little thing right here.
Screen, dude.
Oh my God, that looks like a smiley face on that rock.
They probably did that. They're stupid. Yeah, because they're idiots. NASA does stupid stuff like that. You gotta remember, these are geeky scientists, man. They do all kind of good. Look at the little trail back here where he's been driving around at. got to be more pictures than that, though. Let's see. Chemical signatures, microbial fossils, insect and reptilian-like creatures, analysis space images. Oh, well, man. So they said like 4 billion years ago. I don't know. I'm having problems with finding fossils after 4 billion years. Maybe life was on there longer than they think it was.
Life forms captured by Mars rovers. Well, where's the freaking pictures?
Oh, wait, here we go. Right here.
Oh, please. Are you kidding?
That's a grasshopper, man. Petrified. Wow,
it could be a grain of rice.
No, it's bigger than
that. Creative rice.
A grain of
rice.
Man,
there's a wing, man. Look at that shit. Evidence of reptile-like creatures on Mars. Well, you see, and wait, you know what? They said Mars was pretty much covered by water, the whole surface. They may have been where the reptilians came from.
Or mostly,
you know what? They probably launched a torpedo at the fucking fifth planet and said, "Look, you big stupid humans, watch this." Boom. We're the king.
I don't know what this does yesterday. Look at that.
Okay. Get out of there. Well, guys, we get ready to go to break, but wait, where are we?
I don't know.
What you did? What you got us covered with, man?
There we are. Hello.
You still got us. What you doing, man? Get the thing over there.
It's Toby Keith. What are we not playing it?
No, dude, no. It's like black. It's all black.
It's paused.
Oh, okay.
Well, turn it on. God.
Anyway, we're going to break, guys. This is Toby Keith coming up. Y'all check it out. God rest in peace.
How do you get it back up there?
What you're looking for over there. It's
there it is. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go.
Okay, baby, go. No, I don't think that was the one. No, I think it was a different one. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Who knows? Welcome back, everybody. We're real back quick, but Sean's going to take us to break because we actually got to do some promos and pay some bills and give some niceness to our other hosts on the network. You know, because these two guys host on other shows. You know, Sean hosts on a couple of shows, and Jay's all over the damn place. Jay's tied with me for most shows. He's even one show ahead of Michelle. Yeah, well, we host 4 shows together. You know what?
I am going to tell me when.
John, go ahead. You can go. Go ahead.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated, let's start this conversation. this conversation. We got no relation.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to News on the Flip Side. A little short announcement here. Everybody, my show has changed Sunday night from 8:10 to 10:10. That's my new hours. So it's a 2-hour show.
You mean it's gotten twice as good?
It scared me. I thought you said Michelle fired him, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Heidi. And then Tuesday, the 1-hour show. But this Sunday, I got like five of the best Bigfoot investigators going. So we're going to have a round table this Sunday night, 8:10 to 10:10 on into the night on UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi and 107.7 New Orleans. It's all yours, Jeff.
Right.
Thank you.
Man. All y'all people in New Orleans, man. Oh, man.
How many of those dudes have seen Bigfoot, though, bud? I want to watch that. How many have they all seen Bigfoot?
Nobody, man.
Oh, they're all investigators, dude.
But it doesn't mean they've seen it.
Oh, thank you, Kirsten. I don't know. Yeah, you got to ask them. You got to come. This Sunday coming up.
Awesome.
Damn. Easter Sunday, y'all talking about Bigfoot? There's going to be a special place in hell for you, buddy. That's it.
What do you want me to do? Talk about the Easter Bunny and
Is not the Easter Bunny a crypto? I mean, it's the definition. Has anyone ever seen an Easter Bunny?
Yeah.
Come on. Is that not a crypto?
Come on. Jay, I got this question for you. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
The Easter Bunny, of course.
They appeared at the same time. I'm telling you, they appeared at the same time. The chicken standing there.
The answer is the Easter Bunny.
The Easter Bunny.
Answer your question, Sean. Easter Bunny.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so you know this, and I know there's no young kids listening, so it doesn't matter, but in the Deep South, Easter Bunny would never come down here because they would be scared he'd be fricassee. Okay. Rabbits, big thing in the South. They like their rabbit in the South. No Easter Bunny, you know. I used to torture my sister with that. I said, me and Grandpa can go hunt and get us some Easter.
Kara, you're fun. Kara goes, I've got a picture of the water bunny.
The water bunny.
That was a water bunny.
I don't even know if I want to know what that is, people.
I mean, neither.
What do you mean? How long?
That's something you get at the adult bookstore.
What do you mean? How long is too long for the Iran war? Anytime's too long, but we're past.
Well, he said 4 to 6 weeks, and we're coming up on like week 5, right?
The start,
or are you closer to week 6?
No. Today starts. Remember, it started on a Friday, so it's easy for us to keep track.
Okay.
So this you'll be starting until Saturday or start to week 5.
Okay, so we got 2 weeks to go.
Yeah. So, I heard him say up to 3 or 4 months, but I don't know. I'm right at the moment. I'm not worried about it.
He said 6 weeks, and we're at 5.
Well, no, but recently he said 4 to 8 months. The other night when he was doing that speech, which we're going to play later on.
4 to 6 weeks.
I don't know if you could get the.
He said weeks. He meant months. He said weeks.
We can't even get the territory, the stuff we got in the territory out. We're going to force carrier going there right now.
Let's say the actual count is 4 to 8 months, but he actually didn't mean to say 4 to 8 weeks, just so he doesn't think the Iranians know what's going on.
In the first week he was talking about this, he said we were hoping for 4 to 8 weeks is actually what he said. And then he said, I don't know, we're not going to put a definite time on it because we don't want to leave till we finish the job.
Well,
now that was the correct thing to say. And he said that the other night pretty much when he was doing, he doesn't want to be there and he doesn't want it to be a forever war, but he doesn't want to leave it like every other fucking president has.
And to clarify for everyone who is unsure, even though they keep saying it, the goals are Iran gets no nuclear weapons capability, no enrichment capabilities whatsoever. They get no intercontinental ballistic missile technology whatsoever, and they must hand over that 60% uranium that they have. And they have said no to all 4 of those demands.
And they got to have regular inspections at any time they want to. So,
regular inspections on whatever civilian nuclear facilities we allow them to keep. I think those will be the first things that'll go when they decide to go after infrastructure. Will be the nuclear devices. They'll either be taken out by boots on the ground or effectively deactivated somehow by air bomb.
Well, I think first off, before we move on to some other stories, I think if something happens to this pilot that's not injury related from the crash, and if Iran gets him and kills him, I don't know how Trump's not going to be able to do retaliatory strikes. First off, it's going to drop another 5 points in the polls because of that. But then when he goes over there and gets revenge, he'll go back up 10 or 12 points in the poll. It's see, the problem here is Americans know that Iran wants to kill us. Any Americans that don't know that then are either too young to know or too stupid. I mean, it's not a big thing. And then it's like when they had all them people in New York protesting against the war, and all them Iranians were out there chanting and had Trump signs, and all the liberals wanted to get mad. And the lady's like, "Why are you mad? They're freeing my country. What is wrong with you?"
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
And even that woman was taken aback. She was like, wait, you could see a lot of their faces. They realize, well, you know what? We are in the wrong cause here. But they don't care because most of them are getting paid. Before anybody asks me, and because I know Chris Jennings asked me the other day, well, we know we've got people in at least 11 states that get paid to go out and protest. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and real quick, Heidi, since you haven't been that far east, here's a quick hint. Get some Chinese food.
Undercover liberals.
No, just get some Chinese food. Have some Chinese food for dinner, and you can't get any farther east than that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They call it the Far East. I'm sorry. There's probably somewhere in someone's phone book, there's probably a place in the phone book under Chinese food called the Far East Cafe.
Oh, okay. Far East restaurant or something. Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of red dragons and blue dragons.
Red dragon.
Chinese and Japanese food are different. They're similar and they're different. I mean, there's similarities.
No. They're totally different.
Chinese and Japanese food on the other show. The difference mainly is Chinese food, they cook most of their food in sauces, so that they're usually, you don't dip them in things. Chinese food, they cook all the proteins separately, and then on the plate you dip it into a sauce in a ramekin nearby.
Dude,
that's usually the difference.
My son went to China for 2 weeks, and they do not the food that you get out of the Chinese restaurant is not compared to what they have over there. It's mainly vegetables.
It is not uncommon for a guy to take a chopsticks and pull a chicken leg with the feet still attached to it and be gnawing on it with the chopsticks still in his mouth. That's how their food is. It's completely different than ours.
I'll tell y'all a little secret. For about 25 years, I was helping a realtor out of South Korea who moved to the United States bring families in to the U.S. from Asia so that they could come here. So the company that we were working with would get them a home, set them up in a business, get them everything they needed. And what it's the business, mostly it was Chinese restaurants, but there was other businesses they allowed for too. They would even help them get all the menus set up. This was all authentic Chinese food. It was good. They were fresh off the boat from China, and the food was always fabulous. The kitchens were always clean. Yes. And I held, because I had maintenance, and the reason I got involved was just because I helped all these people come over, and it benefited them, benefited me as well. There's a lot of people who get to be friends with their families, and I got contracts with their businesses. So it was a everybody help everybody kind of thing. But I got meet a lot of families. Now a lot of the kids are 30 and 40 years old now. It's kind of weird when you see one on the street. Sometimes you're like, "Oh, Mr. Joe, we're gonna come by and get you." No, dinner's always on us, always on us. And, matter of fact, I was in a quarter with a group of people from my college, and I ran into.
I'm a big fan of the Korean people, at least the South Korean. I'm not sure the North Korean too, but their leader's kind of a dick. But one day that won't be such a thing. But anyway,
he's going to take over South Korea,
the South
man.
Korean people that I met in college were very nice people. I enjoyed them very much as friends. And
right.
But my roommate had this really gross habit. Their idea of beef jerky was a flash frozen, freeze dried octopus that they had to pull it out of a freeze dried package, and then they'd snap the beak out of it, and then they didn't cook it in a frying pan. They, the coiled stovetops, they'd turn that on and just throw it on there, and it smoked up. It made so much smoke that people on the 7th floor came down and said, "What's going on?" And it tasted nasty, but he loved it so much. But at some point, they had to tell him not to cook it because the smoke set off too many of the smoke alarms in the 7th floor dormitory. So
I said, "Get the fuck out, buddy."
You're lucky we didn't
smoke.
get kicked.
Man,
you were lucky
you know what? You know what?
Yeah.
Back to what Joe said that about whatever his name is. He is going to take over South Korea because he has a missile.
He's going to nuke them. He's going to nuke them. He's just one afternoon. They're going to be sitting down there, and he's going to be yeah. He's got nukes.
Really? Well,
oh my God! Yeah,
South Korea has nukes too, though, don't they?
Huh?
South Korea has nukes too, don't they?
It doesn't matter. Strike first, you did. What the fuck?
Well, they are very close.
Yeah, I mean they're like within minutes.
But being that close, a launch would be detected immediately. So in a response
but
could be.
Thing's traveling at Mach 20, man. You're not shooting that thing down, and it's a MIRV. It's going to have multiple warheads.
No, that's true, but they can still launch a retaliation strike.
They I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, they might not have enough time, but
I believe that one nuclear bomb from North Korea would wipe out South Korea in a heartbeat.
It would wipe out Seoul, yeah.
Yeah.
And which is their big city,
their main hub. Yeah. What is it? Hey Google, how many people live in Seoul, Korea? 9 million.
The population of Seoul, South Korea, is approximately 10 million people as of 2020.
10 million approximately.
One of the largest and most densely populated.
Okay, Google, stop. 10 million.
Let's see. North Korea is estimated to possess around 40 to 50 nuclear weapons.
I think I've been to that restaurant, Kira.
40 to 50 nuclear weapons. Yeah, that's enough to wipe fucking Korea out.
South Korea, yeah.
Yeah, it's enough.
Hey Google, how many nuclear weapons does South Korea have?
But here's
they don't have any.
This.
Oh.
They're part of the non-proliferation treaty. They don't have.
Korea has no nuclear weapons. South Korea has no nuclears.
They're part of the non-proliferation treaty.
Yes,
like most of the world is.
Hey Google, stop.
Poor South Korea. They can't even retaliate. They'll be dead, and then they'll just walk in and take everything over. By the time anybody can get
be
there,
dead, but we would retaliate 100%.
Okay, 50 nukes is way more than enough to flatten all of South Korea.
Yeah.
You could you could Z them
the West Coast.
You could Z them across, just wipe out South Korea. Well, their nukes can't reach us yet. They're still trying to do that. They were testing a rocket engine just the other day. Matter of fact, one that could maybe reach us.
Yeah, they've been having a lot of rocket failures to launch.
So they're not. And
here's what's sad about the North Koreans and their military. When they build a brand new ship, they launch it off and it sinks to the bottom. It just sunk. It didn't even get out of the dry dock. It sunk.
It's the way they release it.
What the English are having a problem with.
Well, this thing hung up on the drop out. You know when they launch them out, and they kind of flipped it and just scooped it and sunk it.
Yep.
Somebody got killed for that. You can bet your ass on that. Somebody was executed in North Korea for that because he was there, so it was an embarrassment. They were showing it on TV and stuff. Who would have thought you couldn't launch a boat? I mean, that's
yeah.
I mean, that's you guys got to wonder. I mean, come on, you building ships. That should be the easy part. Launching the damn thing, building it should be hard. It looked like a pretty cool ship too.
Yeah, you shouldn't like smash a bottle of champagne on it and like it cracks a hole and it sinks immediately. That's not how you launch a ship.
we showed that. We actually showed it on this show. I remember that now. I
remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, we showed it.
I'll tell you who I'm be concerned about is his sister, man. His sister is See, she got evil in her eyes, dude.
Well, he's going to be around, and if she kills him, the kid takes over.
Oh.
And is China going to let the sister take over?
Oh, no.
I don't think so.
Yeah. It's well, I just wonder because they may. It depends. I mean, she's a nasty little thing, her man. She like when he wouldn't go to that thing because Trump was going to be there, but she went. Yeah, they said he was sick or something. Yeah, sick my ass. You scared Trump was going to get you? That's what was up.
I was looking for some failures to launch videos. They all seem to be military, but they're not the kind of like with champagne bottles. There's usually some pretty silly videos of people launching their new vessel and hitting it with the champagne bottle, and it fails to launch.
Oh, Fargalicious. Okay. Hey, Joe. Kira says, have you ever heard anything about the Mississippi River drying up and cracking real bad?
Nope. Bitch is about to fall over the top of the levee. It's that last I'd seen it was only about 8 feet from the top of the levee.
Oh, here we go.
And and then I watched this cool friend of mine sent me this Viking cruise he took. It goes from Memphis all the way down to New Orleans. It's a cool little cruise, man. I took the Delta Queen when I was in the Navy. I was in Chicago and I hopped over to go see a friend of mine in tech school in Tennessee, and then I took the Delta Queen down. It was a 7-day trip from Memphis to New Orleans. It was a great trip. But they don't use the old boats anymore. Now they got all these fancy, pretty boats. Okay, what we got here? Let's see. What is this? Okie dokie. All right, y'all know what this is?
No.
So this is an interesting thing here. This is 1,800 miles below the surface of the Earth. All this red you see is empty. It's hollow underneath there. They call it the fortress.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Where's it up here? Yeah. Geologists discovered gigantic fortress beneath Earth's crust and a huge breakthrough. And that's this thing right here. Look, I mean, it connects both sides of the world. Kind of interesting. I don't know what it is, and they say it's huge inside. They were talking about how big it is inside. They found it because it's warmer than the surrounding area around it. It's in beneath Africa, beneath the Pacific Oceans, beneath the North American continent. So it's somewhere up in this area through here. There's been so much speculation on a lot of people saying, well, maybe something built it way back in. And then they thought maybe it was a giant worm. And then some guy said, maybe not necessarily a giant worm, maybe a bunch of kind of microbe kind of worms just eating their way through the rock.
Now, where were they discovered?
And they're under the African. Actually, they go from the tip of Africa all the way up into Europe, and then they cross over the Atlantic to America, and then they go all down through there. And it's 1,800 miles deep. The thing is huge. I mean, it's just massive in size.
Wow.
You could fit the population of Earth in it.
The Ring of Fire is in the Pacific, actually, Kira.
Yeah. By the Hawaiian Islands.
Well, it goes all the way around the Hawaiian Islands, Japan, the Philippines, Alaska, the West Coast. It actually cuts through. It actually part of it actually goes off the ocean and into California, half the way up California, and all the way up to Washington State before it goes back out into the ocean in front of Alaska.
Okay, this is a good segue into something I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Okay, I've seen some stuff on TikTok and on YouTube and whatever that this Artemis II did not make it to outer space because there's a water above it that they can't penetrate the water. That
what?
It's called begins with the letter P. It's in the Bible where God surrounded the earth. God surrounded the earth with water.
Unfortunately for that, we know that's not true because we all have satellites. You know, people don't realize, especially people who don't understand how space works, but we have geosynchronous satellites. We have satellites all over. We couldn't even use our cell phones without satellites. It would be spotty coverages. And you, matter of fact, almost all television now goes through satellites. Yes. So you would have none of that if space didn't exist above us. So I mean,
big nasty alien space machine.
And it always bothers me.
Blew up all our satellites. We would lose communications like that.
But this
military wouldn't, maybe not, but everybody else would.
Yeah, but it's always bothered me that people feel the need to limit the creator. It always pisses me off. I'm like, you know, we go to Bible this, Bible that, this. It's the creator of the fucking universe. What is it that it can't do? Nothing.
Yeah, can't be an all-powerful dude.
So when you say it only created us, you think, well, that must have got fucking boring real fast. I mean, we're a pain in the ass. Think about it. We whiny, moany little bitches. He's probably looking at us going, "Oh my god!"
Well, here's a zinger. How come if he invented this area, this thing called the universe, 13 or 14,000 years ago, our solar system is only 4.5 billion years, like only a third of that. What does that say? Well, like the last experiment, or are we like most recent, or what? I mean,
anytime I used to hear that, I always thought that was really just the known start of today's civilization.
Well, their answer is we're only 2,000 years old.
Yeah, well, no, 6,000 years old,
or whatever. Yeah, it's a bullshit number.
But because the Bible would make room for dinosaurs or any of that other stuff. It's there's lots of things. It's just because
you have plenty of artifacts from Central and North America, in Mexico and Guatemala, of human beings writing things called dinosaurs.
Yeah, but we're talking. This was written 1,800 years ago, 1,900 years ago.
These artifacts were put down.
Yeah, but that's not common. Now you forget there was no internet back then. There was no television. There was no radio. A lot of that information stayed wherever it was. You could be living in London and living on the other side of Europe and not know what the fucking people in London did. You not know what they knew unless you happen to be in that town. Because it didn't even come to much later on that they even started bringing information like papers between the cities and stuff. And so, I mean, it was a lack of communication all the way around. So, one people might be believing this, one person might be doing this. Frankly, I don't even know how we made it to where we are today, to be honest with you. There wasn't more people killing each other. Jamie, you mean cancer? There's not as much shows up in bodies from the past. They say could be for a lot of different reasons. I wouldn't say it was less stress. I would think actually they probably had more stress than we did. Yeah, well, they didn't have any kind of power, any kind of tools like that. No automobiles, no heaters, no air conditioners. No, let me go to the grocery store. Well, they might have had a kind of grocery store kind of thing, but still, it's not like it is today. It would have been a much harder life. Mm-hmm. No, if you were rich, it wouldn't be. See, it's always been like that for the rich, even in the old days. I mean, if you're rich, you
money, the best money will keep you alive in almost every situation. Not all of them, but many.
Why do they say buying your way into heaven? You mean you're talking about people who are shady people who spend a lot of money on charities and events and all, trying to get themselves into heaven? I don't know if that's enough. But that's not up to us, is it? That's up to the big chief. I think God's sitting up there looking at every human that comes across. I mean, come on, how many of us die a day? A lot. Ask Google how many people die a day on the planet.
Hey, Google, how many people die per day on planet Earth?
On average, about 150,000 people die each day worldwide from various causes.
Come on, people, like 14 million people a month.
On average, 150,000.
Yeah, so that's like 14. I mean, come on, that's a lot of people. And it just keeps building on building. I mean, what do you think? That's all. Maybe God's off creating more of the universe. You ever stop to think about that, people? We might be on our own, people. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the most important thing to remember. The Bible was written by men for the control of men. It was not written by God. God didn't come down here and write the Bible. And there is nothing written by Jesus Christ. It's always bothered me. Why? If you're not going to take the time to tell us what you want, then why should we just follow some random fucking idiot?
Yeah, all of our impressions of Christ are from letters written by his apostles, allegedly. But those letters weren't. I don't think were those letters written by those apostles, or were they written by people afterwards? As like
some of them were taken from. A lot of them were taken from the letters of those apostles, like the letters of John and Luke and all that. And that's where a lot of it was taken from the letters. But it's still. I mean, you're
basically what people know of their Messiah is third-party hearsay.
That's basically what it is.
I have a theory on the Bible. I got a theory. That
so have I.
It has to be rewritten. That's the way I look at it.
They have to put all the stuff back they took out of it first.
Well, yeah, because I don't know. There were way more of it when it started, and
the Ethiopian Bible has the most current chapters, including the books of Enoch and one by Mary Magdalene, who, by the way, was not a prostitute.
Yes, she was.
I don't think it really
was
matters,
not
actually.
That was added by the Vatican at one of the councils of Nicaea, or one of the other various councils where they edited, redacted, and changed the book. Guarantee if we're able to get our hands on like the first like complete copy, and it would only be the Old Testament, I'll guarantee you it would be way bigger than our Old Testament and have probably 1 million more years worth of history in it.
There's definitely a lot of stuff missing. There's no doubt about that.
100%. It's like it's gobbledygook. I was 4 and 6 years old being taught this stuff, and I was like, I couldn't understand it. I was like, and even though I'm dyslexic, that doesn't mean. I mean, and I asked all these legitimate questions, and I got berated for it. I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, I was one of those kids who actually wanted to card God. I'm like, how do you know this is real? And the nuns did not like that kind of question at all.
Well, it's never been a problem for me to think that there's a super creator that created everything. I just have a thing with humans having an ego that they think that God's here for us and we're not here for God. It screws with me. He's off doing whatever he's doing, or she or it, or whatever it is. He's off doing whatever it's doing. I mean, we know for sure now that the galaxy is 14 billion years old. So what the hell? Yeah. And we like a grain of fucking sand at the very end right now. That's where we are. We're nothing. I mean, we're a fucking flake. And when you look at how huge this universe is, we're not even a grain of sand. We're like one millionth of a grain of sand. So
what we once thought was a known fact. What we once thought as a known fact, that bears repeating, was that they thought all of the galaxies were moving away from the Big Bang, as it were, or the center of the universe, at the same rate. They are not. Some are actually speeding up. Some are slowing down. Some are like us, gobbling other galaxies, and others, for whatever reason, seem to be stationary, which means probably from our perspective, they're coming directly at us at about the same speed we're moving away from them.
They got a new theory about their anchor galaxies is what they call them, because of the different weights and different sizes of the galaxies. They tend to pull and push on each other, so they're just kind of stuck in one spot now. Mm-hmm. I guess they've gained enough mass that they're stuck. They just found that so they found a galaxy, but it never formed. It had everything in it, but it only had 2% of hydrogen, not enough to ignite everything to get it going. So now it's just a big mass of gravity cloud in the middle of nowhere. But it's an unformed galaxy, first one they've ever found. Hubble found it. I was like, look at that. Hubble's still out there working after all this time. After I have to go up there and change the mirrors and everything. James Webb is finding everything, Jack. That freaking thing.
You're welcome, Kara.
You better hope you're not hiding cookies under your bed. James Webb's going to find it. They keep finding what they consider to be suggestions of life on other worlds. They're scanning everything. They're going to be scanning. Well, we'll all be dead and gone. They'll still be scanning. Because if there's an almighty creator, more than likely the creator's been steadily creating. I would have bet money that the creator created everything and gave the universe itself sentient so that it could create And that's what's going on. The universe creates now. It creates galaxies and solar systems, and those create life. We all come from star stuff. There's no doubt about that. We all share the same molecules as our sun, and it shares the same molecules as the rest of the known galaxy. This is science fact. We can't even escape that now. So we're fundamentally connected to everything in the universe. It's just we're dumb humans. We just don't know how to use it yet. By the way, there's an article I'm going to pull up after a while that so they think that humans may have additional senses through their eyes that we don't know exist because we haven't learned how to use them yet. One of them is seeing patterns. One is learning how to see in the dark. Things are getting weird out there. Oh, and I did see the new Bionic Man, by the way. So they got it. They got a
really? They finally started the project?
Yeah, they got. I didn't consider it legit because it looked like they had some like kind of battery pack following behind it or something. But
well, in the original and the opening sequence in it, one of the there were several pilot movies. He does wear a red jumpsuit with different sensors and battery packs on it to test the new equipment that he's running with, pronouncedly his like bionic legs and his arm.
Let's see, what is it? Let's see, what is this? What is this? Maybe we'll pull this up right quick. Oh, I hear somebody jamming outside, huh?
Oh, He-Man too.
Somebody's on the way. Okay, here we go. Throw me up on the screen, Jay.
Oh, hang
on.
Wait.
No, hold on. Not yet.
Tell me when.
This is a subject we were talking about earlier.
Now?
This subject, this is something we were talking about earlier in the show, so I forgot I had this, so we're gonna put this up right quick. Okay, where she blows, blow me, baby, blow me.
For so long, we've been the security blanket.
Can you imagine a scenario where we would really pull out of NATO?
I do, because for so long we've been the security blanket for them, and now all of a sudden, when we're dealing with an enemy, an adversary that affects them as well. When Iran fired off those intercontinental ballistic missiles toward Diego Garcia, those missiles can range southern Europe, and they need to be concerned about that as well.
Can you imagine a scenario where we would really pull out of NATO?
Yes, apparently we can. So there you go, guys. And that's not the only one. There's other ones out there that also suggest that we will pull out of NATO. I mean, the North Atlantic, I don't know. It's going to be rough. It's going to be harsh. That leaves us out here by ourselves, though, when we do it. We're out in the cold, just us against the world. Just one little lonely country against 200. Okay, what we got here? What are you talking about, Jeremy? No, So, oh no, we got that somewhere. Yeah, I do actually have that. Where he's where the ship's sinking the sub. Yeah, I got it somewhere. It's a clip somewhere. Oh wait, I got to put this up. This is what is this? So this is Jay and Sean Senator talking about the Iranian war. So let's pop him.
Fetterman.
It's Fetterman, yeah. It's Betterman. We up there? Okay. There we
yes.
Go. Yep. He's there.
All right. Where'd the play button go? Oh, there it is.
Now, I remember the Iranian generals were saying that our ships were going to end at the bottom of the ocean, and that's theirs. Like, look at that again. It's on the screen right now. Boom. Like, I love it. Now, the Iranian generals were saying that our ships were going to...
You got to give him credit, man. He didn't...
I like it more and more, man.
Did that come up on the screen?
Joe, Heidi has a question.
Okay. Wait. This is for Jay.
I am Worth, son of Moog, house of Martok, son of Sergei, house of Roshenko, bane to the Duras family, slayer of Gowron. I have made some chamomile tea. Do you take sugar?
You take sugar. How many more?
Oh my God. All right, Heidi got a question, Joe. Did you hear something about Colorado She says, did you hear something about Colorado joining in the WHO?
They joining the what? Say that again. I missed something.
World Health Organization. With who? Joining who?
I don't know if they actually are allowed. I don't think they're actually allowed because it's.
I don't know. I don't think a state can actually join an international organization unless the country is, does it. Like the president has to do it.
Yeah.
And it's all or nothing, not one or whatever.
We're not in the world in WHO because of COVID. They showed their colors. They just sucked on Fuchi's ass and screwed us all, and now we're like, no way, bud. We're not the only ones that left the WHO. There's other countries that left too, and they were like, no more of this. Because they're like the World Bank. They thought they could just tell Americans. What happens is Europeans, how can I say this, are more pliable than Americans are. Okay, they follow more readily. I guess because it's 2,000 years of doing it, but they do follow more readily. So when the World Bank or the WHO and all them and that's the best thing for you and all, they just follow along like good little, not all of them, but a lot of them did. So they're then all of a sudden they're kind of just stuck there. But other parts of the world aren't like that. We're like, no, we're not listening to you. Screw you. You jacked us around. And then after all this COVID stuff was over with, all these doctors come out saying all this stuff was bad for the kids and this, that, and the other thing. And we did all these things wrong. And that was a nightmare. Let's see what we still got up here. All right, what we got? Well, Joe, you're gonna probably have to put them up. Let me see it. We should have a bunch of these somewhere. What is this one? Just
we just saw that, didn't we?
Yeah. Is this one?
Joe Biden completely bungled this border. He completely bungled it. It was a complete dereliction of duty. He was supposed to protect our national sovereignty, but he let in 10 million people.
Y'all know who this girl is, huh?
No.
She was in charge of the DNC's money.
And who?
Yep.
Whose
money?
Democratic.
The Democratic Party. She was their number one big donor getter.
Wow.
And she told them to go, you know what, themselves. What is this?
I watched her interview on with what's his name? Sean.
Black Democrats.
Something.
Y'all are the biggest hypocrites in the world. Y'all say protect black women. Protect black women like Kamala Harris, who ain't even nowhere near black. Protect black women like Jasmine Crockett, who acted like a ghetto ratchet ass female.
I can't believe it.
And now protect Ketanji Brown Jackson, the same heifer that got on national TV and wouldn't even describe what a woman is. And now she done embarrassed herself in front of the Supreme Court justice, trying to debate about birthright citizenship, which was meant for black people, newly freed slaves in America. But when it comes to Chile and other...
Well, you're cool, dude, but you're a little weird. Here she is again, man. Just women is everywhere. Oh, wait, she's talking about AOC. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's right. And she got incredibly defensive when people offered constructive criticism. Like anyone with even one brain cell could intuit that her performance, if you want to call it that, at the Munich Security Conference was just an embarrassment to the nation. This is supposed to be one of the leading Democrats in the House. Yeah, I don't think so. That's right. And she got incredibly defensive when people offered.
Yeah, because she's an idiot.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, wait, here we go. Here we go. This is the one I was actually looking for. Here we go.
Yesterday in the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. Yesterday
hits, it's loud.
in the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there. An American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death.
Oh, dude.
The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo.
With a ADCAP 54 or 52. So how much does that weigh? In the 80s, we had ADCAP.
Let me go ahead and say this right now. If you've been crawfish interfere from scratch, this is your sign to stop.
You guys know the difference?
Well, I can hear you because the girl screaming in my ear.
Oh, so they probably hit it with an ADCAP 54. In the 80s, we had ADCAP 48. So I think 48 was the diameter of the torpedo size. But how much explosives does that carry? I mean, that's a huge thing. I mean, they're like bigger than a coffin.
It's
okay. Heidi, Heidi really needs to ask this. Okay, she said, I asked your thoughts in the.
I just actually in the Senate did a vote on voter ID and it failed. The Democrats.
What does the medical radioactive shit do to the body, and how do I flush it ASAP? Intravenous as MRI with contrast, or they put it in food? Heidi, honest to God.
Okay, so if you're having an X-ray with contrast, it's usually they give you a barium contrast. It's usually a really thick liquid. It's like it's a consistency of yogurt, really, like a liquid yogurt drink, but they don't always taste that great. And you got to drink like 2 or 3 of them before the procedure, and like one more right before. And then all you got to do is just drink water. I mean, you feel sluggish for a couple of days. It's really weird. I've had it once before. But I thought you were talking about from water source or something like that. Yeah. That should be the gist of it. Yeah.
When I got my PET scan, they shot me up with that stuff, Heidi.
Yeah, that's what they did. They just stuck them wrong.
Yeah, and they didn't give me no water. Yeah. They didn't tell me what to do. They just shot me in the arm. An hour later, got my PET scan, and they sent me home.
Yeah, when I got my stint, they did that too. They were just like, here, we're going to shoot you with this stuff. Matter of fact, the last 2 MRIs I had, that's how they did it. Right in the middle of the MR, they did it without it, and then right in the middle of they shot it.
It depends on the method. What we had, I've had both. So if you have the one where it's intravenous and it's done right there, drink a lot of water.
They shoot you up on the shot. Mine were shots.
Yes, but there's another method where they give you a barium liquid. You have to drink, the day before, like 2 or 3 of them, and then like right before the procedure, like an hour, you drink one more, and it's like a lot.
I never had it done.
The only way to get rid of that one is to eat a lot of food. Like they tell you to go have like a big steak dinner afterwards.
Okay. Well, I never had that one, Jay, before, and I knows that I've been shut up with all that stuff. And
I have too.
I have to eat or drink.
I have both of them.
Yeah, the one Jay's talking about, I haven't seen them down here in a long time, but they used to use them pretty regularly. And then they started switching over to IVs. Some were shots, but most were just IVs where they shot it into the IV. But everything makes progress. I mean, remember when you get a colonoscopy, they want you to drink all that stuff. Well, now you can just take a pill. Yeah. Just depends. Some people prefer to drink the stuff. Some people the pill. But I guess it's up to whoever. But
I'd rather drink. I would rather drink that stuff.
You have more control of it when you're drinking, that's for sure, than if you just take the pill. Because once you take the pill.
Oh, so if they're doing eggs, they're probably looking at a specific area, like your stomach and throat and intestines and all that kind of stuff. So that is probably also, I would say, food and water would probably help.
Anyway, moving back to news, people. These guys are hard.
That was kind of a weird food porn segment, but okay.
Well, Heidi needed to know the answer, and Heidi.
I understand that. Now it's time to move on.
Qualifies under food than the food category, so it's food porn. Thank you, Heidi. I was thanking her for the category, dude.
Oh my God, I'm going to shoot both of them.
They just actually in the Senate did a vote on voter ID and it failed. The Democrats voted against it. There's a lot of games in the Senate, and I've been nuking my own party. So look, we're not perfect, but what I will tell you is this is an 80-20 issue, just like banning insider trading. And the establishment and control is blocking it. If you cannot do your job in the Senate and get voter ID passed, proof of citizenship, you should find a different job because the American people, Black, white, Hispanic, Democrat, Republican, Independent, want this. And it is a failure if we cannot get this over the finish. They just actually in the Senate did a vote on voter ID.
What are the numbers? Can we look at? Can you find those numbers? I think they've changed. But it was, I think, Hispanic was 83% in favor. Blacks were like 53 or 57.
No, man. Hold on. No. You're not.
You're welcome, Heidi.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So this, if I remember
pretty
correctly,
high though, right?
It was whites were like 83 or 85. Hispanics were around 80 or 79, and blacks were around 73. No one was below 70 on any mark. And it was also the same for independent, Republican, and Democrat. It laid out
Asian?
the same win.
What about the Asian population?
They don't count the Asian population because not enough of them to make a difference.
Come on. There's plenty of Asians in this
country.
There's not.
There's not. It's like 2% or something.
Some of my best friends are Asian.
I know a lot of but it's not that many. It's not as many as you
can't
think.
drive with a shit, but he's a great friend.
I mean, think of it. Blacks only make up 14% of the population. I know. You would think, and they've been around a long time too. So it's
they built our railroads. I mean, come on.
The Chinese
and Japanese and Korean alike, everybody.
Yes.
The Irish built the railroads. The Irish built the railroads.
Irish built it from the east. The Chinese and Asians built it from the west.
Researchers just read all 1.3.
Okay, here we go. How long? Hopefully this isn't too long. We still got to go through the president's speech, man. I got to put. We're supposed to be going through the president's speech.
Why don't we do that?
Well, hold on.
We should do that.
We got this up now, so let's just get it up there and get it over with. Okay, looks kind of weird. What is this? This was
who is it anyway?
This is
the right-winged elephant. That's this dude's name.
No, he's a I can't remember his name now. Here we'll play it. I think he actually says it in there. So let me find the button.
9 million DOJ Epstein documents, every one. And here is what they found on Trump. 40 documents, not damning documents, 40 documents total. Every sworn deposition, every FBI interview, every flight log entry, every civil complaint, every media reference of any kind linking Trump to Epstein in the largest document production in DOJ history.
Wow.
The number is the story, but the documents themselves tell it better. The friendship was real. Trump and Epstein were Palm Beach neighbors and Manhattan social circle fixtures in the 1990s. Trump called him a terrific guy in 2002. This friendship existed and must be stated plainly, because everything that follows only makes sense if you understand that. The falling out was also real. Around 2004,
keep an eye on it. We're going to get kicked off.
Brad Edwards, the attorney who represented Epstein's victims and investigated every lead for years, established under oath that Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after Epstein sexually assaulted an underage girl at the club. There is no documented contact between Trump and Epstein after 2004. Not one email, not one phone call, not one scheduled entry in 1.39 million documents. The investigation found nothing. The FBI flagged every document mentioning Trump across the entire corpus by order of the bipartisan Senate Judiciary Committee. The result? One allegation, one victim who refused to cooperate, no prosecution. The Southern District of New York had Trump's phone records. They found innocuous 2001 call alongside explicit trafficking procurement. They charged nothing. Attorney General Barr under oath, quote, "I was never informed of the evidence and I'm skeptical there is any. If they had evidence, this would have been low-hanging fruit," end quote. Brad Edwards, the attorney who had every reason and every incentive to find evidence against anyone connected to Epstein, filed a sworn affidavit, quote, "We have no information that Trump spoke to Epstein about any of the specific victims of his molestation," end quote. And when Edwards was reaching out to powerful men in Epstein's orbit, Trump was the only one who picked up the phone and returned his call. Readily, he knew what Epstein was and wanted to talk about it. The comparison? Bill Gates, 2,265 documents, multiple confirmed meetings, donations routed through Epstein, Boris Nikolic named in Epstein's will. Bill Clinton, 1,586 documents, 147 sexually explicit messages with Maxwell, multiple confirmed island visits, flights confirmed by the pilot 10 to 20 times. Reid Hoffman, 1,976 documents, slept at Epstein's Manhattan mansion. Leon Black, 667 documents, $158 million paid to Epstein across a decades-long financial relationship. Donald Trump, 40 documents, 0 financial transactions, 0 island visits, 1 commuter flight in 1997, a friendship that ended in 2004, when he drew the line and had Epstein removed from his property. The only person in the orbit who returned the victim's attorney's call, Trump's entire file is 1.8% the size of Gates. Quote, a man who was part of an early social world he did not yet completely understand, who, when the investigation came, banned the predator from his club, picked up the phone for the victim's attorney, and was cleared by every investigative body that looked. 1.39 million documents.
Surprised this guy.
Every citation verifiable.
Somebody took the time, did their homework. It's okay. Where we at? Yay,
we're gonna watch Trump's speech.
Yeah, I gotta find it. When we come back, because we only got like 6 minutes before we go to break. It's yeah, because we'll be going pretty soon. But I may even have it on here. Democrats claim requiring photo ID is racist. No, where is Iran? Is
I'm trying to find the news footage of Epstein being ousted from Mar-a-Lago. So I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. It's what's that? My rose bush, isn't it? Oh, I gotta play this real quick. Jay won't get to see it.
Back for this.
This is the two F-22s escorting the F-47. Holy shit! I would not want to be around that thing. Look at this.
Look at how much bigger it is. Holy cow!
I know, it's a beast.
Is it 4 engines or 2 on top or what? Are there 2 below?
It's loud too. We gotta get out of here. All right. Yeah, sorry guys, that was kind of loud, but it's that is the F-47.
Not very high up either.
It's and China that day trying to say they had the first Gen 6. We haven't had Gen 6 for 6 years. China, you guys not even Harley can even fly. Matter of fact, I think it looked like a model. This was cool. Here, let's put this on right quick before we.
Oh, wow, look. Oh my God,
look. They're watching the Artemis space shot from the airplane.
Oh, neat.
They said you haven't been able to do this since the Apollo mission.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have a cell phone during that time either, though. Unless you're lucky enough to bring an 8mm camera or a 60mm camera, you're not getting that. Wow. That was cool.
I mean, you just think you're cruising along in your airplane, and all of a sudden you hear the pilot say, "Look out your left window there, people," and there's Artemis blasting its ass into space, man.
Well, damn, all I can find is just crap of like Trump saying why he kicked Epstein out, not the actual. There's like the local news actually. Some of the other legacy stations have replayed it. I can't find it on YouTube, but it's. I mean, Trump is going off on Epstein while he's kicking him out, and it's all over like national.
So what?
ABC, CBS broadcast live news.
If the dad story is true, so. You know, there was a girl that worked there. I think she did some massages and something else. And her dad was in charge of, I think, the tennis courts or something over there. And they were friends of Trump's. Trump knew both of them. And Epstein tried to molest. I guess he was getting a massage and tried to get skiffy-hiffy with the girl, happy ending or something. And Trump lost his cool. And then sometime between that moment and a year and a half later, he turned him into the local Florida police. You know, it says I used ICE to deport 3 million illegals. At the same time, I bombed 7 countries without congressional approval. My name is Barack Insane Obama.
Huh.
Wait. This might be one.
Democrats here. I mean, just take a look here. Congressional Dems have the right priorities. Look at this. Overall, 74%, nearly 3 in 4 say no. Just 25% overall say yes. You might say, okay, well, at least Dems like Democrats. Not the case. Look at this. The majority of Democrats are independents who lean Democrats. Look at this. 55% say no, congressional Democrats
I like that guy.
have the right priorities. And then you just see
him.
a minority, 45% of Democrats say that congressional Democrats have the right priorities. This to me just jumps out of the screen because it screams primary challenges all over the.
Well, this is very simple to understand. And you heard what.
Very nice, dude, but we don't know who you are and we can't put you on our show. Sorry. Now, this is from my friends who don't think Mars exists.
And who would that be, Joe?
Just my friends.
That's CGI. It's all CGI.
You can log in.
It's CGI, dude. It's CGI.
Yeah, I know what CGI is. I use CGI. It's not CGI.
It's CGI. It's AI now. It's AI.
Now, and this ain't no AI. AI would be way better than that. That's sunset on Mars.
To me, that's a little blue dot flashing off blue light.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's blue on their sunsets are blue. Our
come on, that's the Sahara Desert, dude. Come on, get right.
Nothing in the Sahara Desert looks like that.
That's the Sahara Desert.
Get out of here, man.
That's the Sahara Desert.
Sean, Jay, we gotta talk with Sean. He needs to start sharing that stuff with us, man. This little chick is everywhere. What is this one? Oh wait, yeah. I want to play this. We're playing.
You heard about this, an absolutely wild story.
So we're playing this, and then we're going to break. This might even be part of the break. Oh yeah. Damn, this is long. So we're gonna play this, and then I guess who's putting up something for break? Did we find the other Toby Keith song?
No, I was actually looking for the video of
Trump. I'm gonna look for it too when I get out of here.
I guess they pulled it. I don't know. Unless you guys can find it.
I'll give you a second. I'll look for it. It's where's StreamYard? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're good. All right. So this is about these scientists that are disappearing and getting killed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
we're gonna
read about this. I heard this. Yeah.
So guys, so you're not. So y'all not going to hear us after this. So this is going to play, and then y'all going to get some music and some promos, and then we'll be back. So y'all probably ain't going to see us for a good 12, 14 minutes because this video is 7 minutes long. And we'll probably,
it was. Where did it go?
Why did it pop off the stage?
I don't know. There, click. Credit. There we go.
Anyway, here we go, guys and girls. I say that, and I'm probably lying to y'all now.
Story at a time when we could be. Have you heard about this? An absolutely wild story at a time when we could be on the verge of some kind of disclosure about alien life and UFOs from the White House. They've said this.
Your hopes up.
4 people who worked in government programs and knew a whole lot about that topic have either vanished or have been murdered. The first was retired General William Neal McCasland, who had ties to UFO programs in the government. He disappeared suddenly from his home in New Mexico in February. He left his phone, his glasses, and his watch at home. He also worked at an Air Force base that reportedly held the debris from the Roswell, New Mexico crash in the 1940s. Then it was Monica Reza, a former NASA engineer who worked directly under General McCasland on advanced propulsion engines. She vanished while hiking in California last June with friends who say they have no idea what happened. Then it was Nuro Lareo, the director of plasma science at MIT. He was murdered in his home in Boston in December. And then it was Carl Grillmar, a Caltech astrophysicist who discovered water on another planet where there may have been life. Carl was murdered randomly in his home last month. Our next guest says this was not a coincidence.
Everybody's thinking it's UFO, but he had some nuclear secrets. There's just too many of them disappearing, Benny. Nothing happens by coincidence in this town or around this town.
Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett is joining us. He's also a member of the Oversight and Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, good to see you. What do you think's going on here?
Well, I don't know exactly. I just know there are no coincidences in this town. These folks have disappeared or died mysteriously, and there's the only thing that ties them together is the fact that they worked on things that are dealing with outer space, whether it's UFOs or nuclear secrets or missiles or what have you. But I think we need full disclosure. When I'm in a meeting in a closed door meeting and I asked about the president's points on these, and then I'm told by some arrogant unelected bureaucrat that the president is on a need to know basis. I think that says everything it needs to be said about what's going on. I think there's an arrogance, there's an underlying, and I talked to the president about this. I said, it's just layers of the onion, Mr. President. You peel one off and there's another one underneath. You put your top people in and it's just too much to clear out in 4 years. And it's just, we've got a real problem, I think, in this area. And I think you've got some arrogance. When I sit in a meeting and some little punk with a man bun is sort of running the show, and you have decorated military officers in the meeting there that are basically unallowed to say anything, and you can read their faces what's going on.
Well, General McCaslin, he was not a minor player at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. He was there for more than 35 years. At one point, he was the top guy at that base, and he just disappears. His family has no idea what happened. Do you think cases are connected, or do you think this is just some absolutely wild coincidence? Because all 4 of these people are also connected in some way.
Yeah, I think some of them could be a domestic issue, but I think overall, I think there is a connection there.
Okay, so you do think this is a conspiracy?
I don't think we're ever going to know, because it'll come out, and it gives enough time for the trail to go. It's like when a kid in Washington, D.C. gets they find him dead, and they claim that he was mugged, yet his watch and wallet and he's got cash on him are not taken. But that's just the story that's put out, and that's what we believe. So I just do not believe this is by coincidence.
And people just do not disappear. And the connections between all 4 of these people.
Not in this day and age. No, you've got to have some real inside type of operation.
Okay, I want to play you a soundbite. Former colleague of yours, Matt Gaetz, making some pretty shocking statements yesterday about aliens. Take a look.
I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. Aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants.
All right. I mean, I don't have the tinfoil hat on just yet, Congressman, but I'm wondering, kind of how you react to that, because you are connected. You're on the UFO subcommittee. I mean, I'm just wondering what you make of that. Have you heard anything like that?
Well, I'm still a member of Congress, so I can't really comment too much on what Matt said. But I will say this.
Wait, seriously? Are you being serious, or is that
I'm being 100% serious? Okay. I've been 100% serious. I've been briefed by just about every alphabet agency there is. And I'll just tell you this, if they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up, you'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff. We just need to disclose it all. I'm sick of it. Well, I was briefed. I'll just tell you this. I was briefed last week on an issue, 2 weeks ago. And it would have set the earth on it. This country would have come unglued, I think, if they would have heard all that I heard. They would demand answers, and we need to. But it's never going to get. Unfortunately, it just keeps getting covered up, and the people that know are dying or disappearing, as the case may be.
But he's next.
And for the record, I'm not suicidal, and I don't take risks. So,
I'm glad you said that. I'm speechless, Congressman. We will have you back.
You should be. And I told the president, release it all. And the problem is the people that are around the president don't know and the president doesn't know the questions to ask. A few of us are going to have to get with the president and tell him what he needs to ask and where he needs to look. I mean, we're in meetings and they give addresses and tell locations of items, I'll just say. And, the public has a right to know, dadgummit. It's your tax dollars.
Absolutely.
Let's get it out there.
You got my attention, Congressman. I appreciate you being as forthcoming as you have been tonight. And we look forward to having you back. Look, I know Donald Trump wants to disclose something. He hasn't done it yet, but I think he wants to be the president to do that. Tim Burchett, thank you.
He does.
Yeah,
he does. Thank you, brother.
Information.
I hope that guy doesn't disappear under strange circumstances.
Let's see. Oh, we got something coming on. Hold on, guys and girls. It'll be up in just a second. Not exactly sure what kind
of. Oh, yeah, we're going to break, are we not?
Yeah, we got to break, guys. So we'll be back in, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 minutes, something like that. If I ever get through what I'm doing right here and stop messing around.
Who's got the song? I'll play the.
I got this one. I got this one coming up right now. Hold on. It's already in the queue. I just got to throw it on.
I don't see it.
That's it. Yeah, what do you mean? It's right there.
There it is.
I'm gonna say, what you talking about, man?
Here it is.
Then I'll play the promos.
Okay, you got the promos. Okay, here we go, guys and girls. We'll see y'all in 7 or 8 minutes. Hang out, enjoy whatever weirdness is we're getting ready to play right here. And
it's like Iraq, or is this World War III? War with Iraq,
Hang that queen.
or in the Middle East? Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot myself.
F-22s and soldiers.
Who is that?
M60s. Things go up, bombs go down, oil price up, markets down.
I have a bone to pick with whoever told my husband about this automatic water blaster. He has been tormenting the whole entire family. We got
good for him. Peace to my ears.
There we go. I'll get better.
Whatever that other thing was horrible.
Well,
what a group that's inside this video, man.
The Vulcan delegation, the most boring celebration in the United Federation. The Klingons and the Romulans were trying to be polite. Not even William Wright was getting lucky here tonight. That's when the idea struck me. I let Ghana know the score. Then I found the nearest holodeck and opened up the door. Computer, give me disco. Put some glitter on the screen. I want the funkiest roller program that this ship has ever seen. Synthesize the rhythm, make the polyester shine. Kill the lights and set the star date to 1979. The sensors overloaded, my terminal exploded. The disco holoprogram was suddenly uploaded. It reached communication like a bug assimilation. That funky, nasty bass line was played at every station. Inertial dampeners failing, the diplomats were wailing. The loudest sound the quadrants ever heard was auto-scaling. The doctor started tapping, the captain started rapping. The buttons of their uniforms were literally snapping. No way to isolate it, we had to celebrate it. I invited everyone on board and no one hesitated. The prime directive is to dance and forward never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control, now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile, you gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance out, turtle power to the trance. Computer blast that bass again, let's take this party to war 10. Now Scotty's in the DJ booth. He's remixing the sound. Q's rolling up a fat one. Don't believe me? Ask around. Hooblers crack the frequency. Now the funk's on all the comms. She's dropping subspace baseline beats like they were photon bombs. Haters doing the robot. Kurt just ripped off the shirt. Murphy's doing the hustle. Joey ate all the dessert. The doctor's overriding all his ethical subroutines. Saw him popping hollow pills and snorting lines with the breed. Janeway spiked the coffee with some nebula delight. And I heard her threaten to kill whoever don't get down tonight. It's red alert on every deck. Got Tuvok pinching every neck. Ferengi women are turning tricks. The Borg just plugged into the mix. They're scanning us from deep in space. They wanna come to rock this place. Forget the rules and regulations. United Bunker Federation. The prime directive is to dance and forward never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile. You gotta let go. Engage the dance floor. of the Enterprise. Beam me up. Calling Voyager. Beam me up. Deep Space Nine, are you feeling fine? This is Deep Space Nine. We're feeling fine.
Captain, the funk is reading off the scale. Dopamine levels at 100%. Inhibitions at 0. It is highly illogical. It is fascinating.
The prime directive is to dance and forward, never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile. You gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance. Divert all power to the trance. Computer blast that bass again. Let's take this party to all 10. The prime directive is to dance. Set phases to funk. O'Brien energized. Set phases to funk.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain.
Hi, and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
cryptid legends doing what they do, bringing information for me and you. Ron Moorhead and his Sierra Sounds, Daryl Denton, the Tennessee Bigfoot Man, along with Michelle Desrochers, bring adventures across this land. So much information brought to you each week.
actively out there looking is the truth they seek.
I love that intro. That's a great intro, people. That's a fabulous intro.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. The news on the flip side now.
I picked the wrong damn button again.
Yeah, we're not going to be here long, people. We're fixing. So y'all going to get to hear speeches, Trump's speech in entirety, because it's only an 18-minute long speech. But that means we're going to break it up into 3 6-minute segments, or 3 6-minute segments. So we're going to play 6 minutes. We'll stop. We're going to come talk a little bit. Then we're going to play another 6. Talk about it because we can't do 18 minutes because half of y'all will commit suicide. So we don't want that to happen. And I gotta say, when I listened to this, and maybe I was tired myself that night, but he sounded tired to me. Y'all can tell me what you think. I didn't think it was a rambling, crazy speech. In fact, that he kept it to 18 minutes is a freaking miracle. I mean, he can't even talk to reporters for just 18 minutes. And this is about the war. So anyway, we're going to cue this up in just a second here. So everybody can hear it as soon as I can find out where I'm at. Here we are. Yeah. Usually on Trump speeches, if you just type in Trump speech last, it gives you what you're looking for. Not always, though. This is, one of our places that, love to be irritating. Okay, here we go. Let's throw it up on the screen. There's the man himself. Everybody, a round of applause. Woo, woo, woo. Trump, Trump, Trump. Jay, where's the applause at? I know we got an applause thing somewhere. Let's see. Hit the button.
Thank you very much. My fellow Americans, good evening. Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis II. It was quite something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing.
Matter of fact, I got a shot up.
They are on the way, and God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless those 4 unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks. Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term, we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are in a true sense joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well. in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas, the second largest reserves on Earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies. Tonight, I want to provide an update on the progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term. He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb, and he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green cash, took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., and Maryland.
Hard currency?
Yeah. Flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran. And they would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. Would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt.
So what do y'all think so far? Does he sound like he's incoherent or babbling or acting like a fool?
No.
He sounds a little tired.
Straightforward to me.
Yeah, sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah, he does. See, you can even look into his face, his eyes. He looks tired.
Yeah, he does. It's I imagine it's been wearing on him pretty good.
He's definitely tired. Yeah, you can hear it in his voice, but he knows what he's saying.
Yeah, he seems to be on it. No, Jack, we're playing the whole thing. We still got we played 7 minutes this time, so we'll probably play another we'll probably play another 7 minutes of it or 6 minutes. We'll see, and then whatever's left we'll play after that. No, we're just stopping. I mean, there wasn't all that much to talk about here. Most of this is stuff we've already known. It was nice to hear him talk about the Artemis. It's a big deal. That was another slap in China's face. It's
yeah.
China's never sent anybody out of low Earth orbit yet. They can't get
Viagra into their space program.
They're going to go there. I mean, they're going to build a colony on Mars. Actually, China and Russia are supposed to be building a joint colony on Mars. Yes. Yeah, a doobie colony. That's what they're going to call it, the doobie colony. But anyway, we'll click this back on and we'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys.
An agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Midnight Hammer.
Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth.
Yes.
Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. But in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I have traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, "Please, sir, please finish the job." Every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year.
Go Humpty
It all
Dumpty.
positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are
He
decimated.
sure did accept those
both
20 tankers full, though,
militarily and
didn't he?
economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. #1, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And #2, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It
Not
will
if we blow their shit apart.
resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought, but we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great big beautiful bill. Our economy is strong,
And we're back, I guess.
We're back. Yeah, sorry, I thought I was talking. I had it on damn mute.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so here we are. We're back. I mean, everything he's saying is pretty much straightforward. He's not babbling.
Yep.
Because I was watching this thing the other day. He said he was incoherent, babbling. I ain't heard any of that. It does. I will say it does sound a little tired, but
Well, and in typical Trump fashion, he did like to repeat the fact that he destroyed the Navy twice and he destroyed the Air Force twice, and then they've been decimated twice. So,
well, he likes to make sure you understand he's blowing shit up. After all, we are Americans and we do like to blow shit up. We warn people, though. We tell people, look, watch our TV shows. We like to blow shit up. Mm-hmm. Don't give us a reason to blow shit up because we like to blow shit up.
You and I are famous for saying, what are we famous for saying? Don't fuck with America. We'll blow you up.
Yes, because then we like it. That's the bad part. These Americans that want to act all offended right now because of the war, only because they're Democrats. Everybody else, and the funny part is about Europe, they want to try to deny it. Well, when they talk about Garcia Diego, that's where England couldn't get their ship to. Yeah, that's where England couldn't get their ship to.
Yeah, and then we're not allowed to refuel there and all that kinds of stuff. I bet we are now.
They but I mean, they would dispatch a destroyer down there or a frigate down there, and they couldn't even get it to launch. So I mean, you couldn't get it to start. That was England. That's England's protectorate. So
how in the hell can you not start a ship?
It's probably nuclear.
No, I don't think it was.
Don't matter. No, how?
I'm to find out that most ships on the seas don't use nuclear. They use that thick oil crap. I forgot what they call it. But because nuclear is expensive, man, to run.
So it's got twin diesel screws, probably.
Yeah, they don't even use diesel. They use something thicker than diesel. It's
but same concept.
You know what it's like? It's almost like a flammable, like 90 weight lube oil. The first time I ever seen this, my stepfather used to own a company that used to replace ship engines, and he sent us one day to go pick up like 3 dump truck loads full of rags that they had used cleaning out these pistons, putting in new pistons. These freaking pistons tall as my house, man. It was crazy, but this was just thick. And I asked him what it is. He said it's a fuel oil because they can't, and they mix it with the water for ballast. And they have these things that Tommy used to sell, these stainless steel centrifuges that separate the oil from the water. But the problem is the shit's so thick you can't swim in it. You can't move. It's resistant. You just sink. And so you have to sink and get. So they can't even go in there like that. It's crazy stuff. And it burns and it burns and it burns. No, Jeffrey, jet fuel is way more flammable than gas.
Very thin too, isn't it?
It's very light fuel, and it's
like it's the kind of gas you put in your car, but it's much higher octane.
It's so you can take a match and drop it into a can of gasoline, as long as the gasoline top is open.
It'll go out.
It'll go out because it's the fumes that are actually flammable. And so if the fumes aren't there, shit don't catch on fire. Yeah, I didn't believe that either until I tried it and it worked. Well,
you also need a spark for the flame. So,
but the reason why we found this out is when we were kids, somebody had given us some incinerator rounds, tracer rounds. So we were like, all right, we put out these 5-gallon buckets of diesel and gas and kerosene and something else. And high octane gas. So we're going to try to blow them up, right? We 16-year-old, we're dumb kids, okay? We're far away though. Pow, you see it burn right through and you see shit squirting. And I'm like, what the? We tried everything to get these things to ignite. So I said, and the old man come up with this weird incinerator. He looked at it, he said, try this one. Damn 5-gallon bucket went into like instant pieces, man. I was like, what the hell was that?
It's probably a hollow point.
It was something that it carried it, and it he said it's some type of magnesium round.
Oh yeah, no, it's a tracer. Yeah, magnesium tracer round.
And we were shooting tracers through it. It wasn't going off. I guess they were going through too fast or something.
Yeah, if it's not on a hollow point, it'll blow right through. It's on ball ammo. It just goes right past it.
So now, I seen some of the reports on the economy. The economy, believe it or not, even though gas is high, economy is still pretty good. And diesel ain't got quite as crazy as gasoline has.
But in your defense, the shooting of, plastic maybe not so much, but shooting a metal can with a metal bullet, if there's a chance that goes up, the bullet has to spark on the way in, and it'll explode. But
I think
most cases it won't.
I think I think we were using too high gauge of a bullet. We were shooting with a 30-06,
or you weren't using a hollow point.
And we were shooting with all types of points. Actually, I think we had like 15 or 20 different kind of rounds we tried.
So like hollow points and stuff would probably go right through it, and then burst open.
Jack, the 30-06 was my favorite hunting rifle, and I would consider it, if I was a sniper, that would have been my rifle of choice, unless I was a long range sniper, and then there's something else I would use. But no, odd 6 can kill you. If you're a decent shot, you can kill somebody at a mile with it, or deer, whatever you want to hunt with it for. But snipers aren't killing deers; they're killing people. Yeah, that's what they do. I got all 3 of my badges: my marksman's, my sharpshooters, and my sniper's badge in the Navy. Got all 3. Both with a M16, M14, M1 carbine, and a 9mm. Well, I'm sorry, the 9mm was a converted 22. That was a joke, but still, it really was a converted 22. It was I couldn't understand how these people were missing the target with a converted 22. It's a 911 model gun, but it's a converted to a 22. There's no kick to it at all. Anyway, guys, because we're gonna finish off this speech and we'll be back, because as I was just informed that we did not really talk about the scientist thing. We kind of skipped it because we went to the break. We played it, went to the break, came back and played this. We apologize.
Oh, the dead DOD scientist.
Yes, we forgot. We skipped through it.
Yeah, they said 4. I thought the count was up to 7.
I thought it was 2, but I guess it's not. But we'll do a search when we get back from this. But anyway, we're gonna play the last 4 minutes of this, guys and girls, and we'll come back and talk about it, and then we'll talk about the UFO people getting wiped off the face of the planet.
Improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. In the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force.
Did we get a 15
the nuclear sites
today?
that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust. And we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move,
he just threatened nuclear war.
We'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength, and brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing. The brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before. May God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.
God bless Donald Trump, baby. Well, there y'all go. You got his whole speech entirely. Not broke up so people could actually take the time and listen to it correctly. I didn't hear anything there that sounded incoherent or ignorant or anything else. And he seemed to be plenty blunt about it. You know,
you mentioned nuclear waste.
Guys,
did you catch what he was tweeting about that?
You got to go. All right, Sean, get some sleep, babe. We'll talk to you tomorrow, babe.
Okay, thanks,
I'll
Sean.
see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
It's
Joe, did you catch that about what he said about nuclear waste? What was the context of that?
I don't know. I just like skipped through. I wanted to go back, but then I didn't want to stop it. So
I was kind of reading some headlines on another page to see what was going on in the world right now, but then I heard nuclear waste. I was like, wait, what?
Well, there was a thing about nuclear waste that Iran said something that the Americans had started leaking. They did say that. That was like a week ago. We even carried on last week's show.
Yeah. No, but I don't think he was talking about that.
I don't know what he's talking about. I haven't heard anything about anything else. I mean, no, Jasmine, as far as I know, we've only lost one plane to enemy fire. We lost 3 to friendly fire.
Yeah, and although the Iraq war went on for however many years he was talking about, within the first 46 days, we lost 41 planes, not F-117s, although throughout the time, a few F-117s did have some mechanical issues and were taken out of service, but none were shot down. Well, other planes like F-14s were in the theater, and probably some Phantoms were shot down, things of that nature, but nothing really brand new. However, that was probably the first war. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. That was the first war when a top secret plane was unveiled for the first time.
Yeah, because we came in with F-18s from the Navy, and then under darkness we launched out the F-117 stealth fighter bomber thingy.
Yeah,
because it was technically a FA, so it's a fighter attack.
Yeah, it was a fighter attack.
It would just cruise its little self in there. And even though the F-18s could be seen on radar, they were still sending them bitches in there to blow stuff up. But they were using them to distract the AAA and all. And the F-18s were staying just out of range of it, so they weren't really looking for the F-117s. So the only time they even knew they were there is when someone sighted it from the ground, and by then, oh shit, it was.
Or after they started blowing up.
Yeah, by then, like I said, it's too late, so it doesn't really matter. But and then after that.
Well, because I mean, we were watching it when it first happened, and I think it was Wolf Blitzer who was on when we started watching it, and we didn't get to hear the explosions from the ordnance dropped by the 117s. However, Wolf did, and he was on the patio doing his I guess he was recording a snippet for later on his regular, I guess, evening report, I guess. But in any event, they cut him in the middle of his report while Iran was shooting up tracer rounds from their airport areas, their Air Force areas, really, where the Air Force had just been destroyed. And Wolf Blitzer said that the bombers had already passed over. He heard them fly over after the bombs started going. And then they started shooting the AAA, and they were shooting at nothing for like the first hour.
Yeah, it was crazy. So right now we've got no, Jock, we flew mainly F-18s. We flew F-16s too. I don't know, the 15, and I think the Tomcat had retired. Yeah, I think the F-18C. When I was in the Navy, we still had the Tomcat, and we just brought in the 18s. And when I was leaving, the Tomcats were to be phased out or sold off to allies. Because Tomcats were very
at the time Iran, Iraq, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we ended up selling them because the Tomcat's a badass plane. But it's not a stealth plane. It's a Type 4, 4th generation fighter. It's a badass fighter, and it can do things no other planes could do at the time. And even stuff today that's still considered badass, like doing a straight vertical climb without stalling. Right. It could go. It could fly its ass in space if it wanted to, just you wouldn't get back.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll get back in a flat spin. You'd have to eject when you'd be able to breathe. If you eject too high without oxygen, you're not going to make it.
No, the 14 could actually physically leave the atmosphere, and since you don't have thruster, you can't steer. You just keep going out into space, or until you hit some debris, whatever comes.
Well, you probably get sucked back to the planet. You wouldn't get far enough. I don't think you get breakaway speed. You'd come back in a parabolic arc.
They said it could. And they said the SR-71 could too.
I believe the SR-71 could. Yes, it is. It's a little more sleeker, and it does actually go a little bit faster.
I don't know. The unofficial rated speed of the Tomcat was 3.1, which is the same speed as the SR-71, and it's a lighter plane. So figure it out. The Tomcat,
but I think the SR-71 carries more fuel.
Yeah, but the Tomcat was designed. Yeah, but they're not. See, for the SR-71 to leave, it can't do a vertical climb. It has to climb like this.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Tomcat didn't. The Tomcat could just go. It would not stall. That's what they were talking about. It was a dangerous plane but it really couldn't fly. What the pilots explained to me, 80,000 feet was really pushing it for life support. The pilots agreed it would keep going. It would, as long as it had fuel and it thrust, which would have far enough fuel to break orbit and keep going, because the fuel would still burn for probably another hour, maybe 2. He said it would push your ass out into space, but he said you would be dead long before you even got into space. So what does it matter? But if at any point before you hit was 120 miles, if you would hit the rudder, it would bail over and then come down like a rocket.
Yeah.
But if you didn't and you just kept on a stick straight back, it would keep going. And the first time they tested this theory, both pilots blacked out. They thought for sure they were going to lose this plane. They just thought for sure. And he said, because of they must have hit a little turbulence, and one of the pilots around his arm must have hit the throttle or let go of the throttle. And the plane tipped over. And as it rolled, it bounced them around enough that they came back. They said they barely survived. Survived. And they never did tell you what their long-term medical conditions were from pulling that much G for that long period of time.
It's probably something similar to the bends, I would think. Yeah.
Marco, they do have the Tomcat pilots had pressure suits. Yes. So the Navy pilots especially, but the Air Force pilots do it too. They have these things they put around their legs and all, and when you're pulling certain G's, they squeeze. And and it keeps your blood circulating so you don't black out. As you pull more,
well, it pushes the blood from your thighs back up into your torso.
Yes.
But you also have to have really strong thighs, and you have to help. I mean, it's not just the suit. You have to be pretty fit to fly one of those.
So now,
5th generation fighters.
So now the new suits, the ones that the F-18 pilots got now, but they only got these because of the F-22. By the way. These were invented to the F-22, but now they realize they can use them. So these are full pressure suits, not like a space suit, but you'll notice they're quilted and all. They're allowed; they can regulate the pressure on the body as you're flying all the way up and down. Because one of the pilots was talking about the F-22. You can invert the F-22 and fly the bitch upside down, and when your head, and then even tip over backwards, so you're not only upside down, but your head's tilted down forward, and you're still pulling G. So they needed something that would keep them awake. Because I didn't understand in the beginning why they called the damn airplane the Widowmaker. Because I thought they were talking about killing the enemy, but they weren't. They were talking about killing the test pilots. It was, I was like, son of a bitch. The plane was dangerous. And that's not the only time they said it was killing test pilots. They said it was killing test pilots when they were testing the no stick thing. Thought control. That sometimes it just didn't work. Bruce, they couldn't have both systems in. Yeah, I guess it was too much for the plane. I guess, I don't know. Well, I mean, the planes only generate so much electricity. Oh, that is, on a good segue. That's the new FTL drive is going to suck electricity out of the surroundings, leave no fuel, no heat, no exhaust, and propel you faster than the speed of light.
Really? And when is it going to launch?
I have no idea. You know what? Maybe I included it in the articles. Let me see. I might have included it in tonight's article.
Yeah, throw it up if you got it.
Let me see. Let me go look right quick. Where are we? Where have we gone mad at here? Let's see. Let me find damn YouTube right quick. Oh, you know what? I'm doing it the hard way. All right, damn it. Let's get it from here. All right, come on.
Yeah, like they said in Back to the Future Part 2, the easy way. Thunk, and they knocked the kid out.
Okay, let's see what we got up here. I know we got to go to break in a minute, but we did Trump's speech. Yes. Artemis II, we already talked about that. They found a staggering 500-old ship.
We did glance over the mysterious scientist dying.
Remember? Oh yeah, we still got to go back over that. But remember, I got the pictures for that shipwreck. 4th supercarrier being sent out. Yeah, India's having an orgasm because Trump, lifted some sanctions on Russia, and now India's just buying oil nonstop. They're filling up, man. They're talking it down while they can. Iranian officials. Oh, the
How
guy.
much are they still guessing for in India, though?
I don't know.
Hey, Google, how much are gas prices in India?
Gasoline prices in India vary by state and city, but the general retail price is around 101 to 103 Indian rupees per liter as of late March 2026. For example, a liter of petrol is about 103 rupees and 54 paise in Mumbai and 94 rupees and 77 paise in New Delhi. Would you like to know the price for a specific city?
No, tell them convert it to dollars.
Can you convert it to dollars?
Since gas prices in India are around one.
Hey, Google, what are the Indian gas prices in US dollars?
Gasoline prices in India are currently about $1.08 US dollars per liter.
How many liters are in a gallon?
Hey, Google, how many liters are in a gallon?
There are 3.785 liters in 1 US liquid gallon.
4 gallons.
Yes.
3.75. Call it 4. 4 gallons for $1.08.
No, 4 liters is 1 gallon. That's $4 a gallon is what that is.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what she said.
What? No, that can't be that.
Yeah, because
my math can't be that bad.
Ruby said, yeah, because she anyway. Anyway, the guy was doing peace talks for Iran. They blew him up.
No, she said gasoline in India was $1.08 US
liter,
dollars,
and that was 4 liters per gallon. So it's $1 a liter times 4 is 4.
No. You buy a liter at $1 to make up a liter. It's
$1 a liter.
That means you buy 4 gallons for $1.
No, it's 4 liters per gallon, not 4 gallons per liter. It's 4 liters of gas per 1 gallon. If you convert to American, 4 liters is 1 gallon.
Yes.
So they're paying $4 a liter. So 4 of their liters makes 1 of our gallons.
No.
So
They're paying $1 a liter.
Yes, times 4, Jay, is $4. There's 4 liters in a gallon, man. That means it's $4. If you're paying $1 a liter and there's 4 liters, that's $4. Yes.
That's not what she said.
That's what she.
They're paying $1 a liter US dollars, which means if we were paying that here, we'd be getting 4 gallons for $1.
No, Jay, $1 a liter. Okay, how many liters are in a gallon, Jay? 4. It's 4 liters per gallon. Okay, and it's $1 a liter. So in order to one American
liter is bigger than gallon.
I don't think a liter is bigger than a gallon. Ask her again.
Hey, Google, is liter bigger than a gallon?
No, a liter is actually smaller than a US gallon.
Yes, quite a bit smaller. So anyway, it's 4 liters per gallon. So it's $1 a liter, which was about $4.16 a gallon for them. So if we were paying the same thing, they would be paying $4.16.
But we're not close. We're not far away. I think we're paying $3.89 right now.
Yeah, we're paying.
I get points because I buy food from the rudders, so I get.
Yeah, we're buying right around $3.29 right now, which is still higher than what we were. We were quite a bit lower than that. Anyway,
does your gas station have gas points where you can get the more points you get, the more cents you get off per gallon?
I've got these cards that anywhere I buy gas, I get points. So
yeah, you use those. That's what I use. That's why
I use them. Oh man, look, this times I've gotten $1 a gallon off. You ain't gonna hear me, bitch.
That's why I love their their lemonade. I drink it all the time, so I get 35 cents off, 45 cents off a gallon here and there. It's awesome.
Dude, I have this picture. Wait a minute. So Avi Loeb calls cone-like Mars object manufactured technology. You know what? I think I actually have. Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to close this shit. Hold on. I think I actually have that picture. I think I saved it for us tonight. Let me see. How do you do this with pictures? No, awesome. It's an image file. Here we go. Okay, come on, image file. No, this is a picture taken from Mars. Okay, where is it?
I would imagine it's on Mars.
This is a cone found on Mars.
A what?
Yeah, it's a cone structure on Mars that Avi Loeb says it's not natural. I know damn good and well I got these pictures. What do I do with them?
Well, let's see it. I'm an armchair geologist.
Let's do. I guess. I guess we're gonna have to.
399 here. Yeah, that's about where we're at. Pretty close.
Guess we're gonna have to go back and do this the hard way. Okay, where's Avi Loeb at? No, Jack. Avi Loeb is a scientist who said that AI-3 Atlas may have been something other than a rock. Basically, that's what he said.
It slowed down. It sped up. It changed colors. It emitted gases that didn't change its course of action, but were also in the opposite direction that it should be from the sun. And it's still a mystery. It was not a comet.
Yeah, and it is still a mystery.
I'll just say right now, it wasn't. It just exhibited some. It had some characteristics of what we would call a comet, but it wasn't one.
Okay, hold on.
It was something else. I mean, it doesn't mean it was a spaceship. It wasn't a damn comet.
Yeah, I don't know. People tend to have a little problem with it. I'm like, look, whatever it was, it's not what we were told it was. Even NASA didn't believe that shit. NASA was kind of like, no, come on, man. You know, let's talk about this. Let's see.
Maybe it was a comet and it got hit by another comet or another structure that just like obliterated, and it just went and just spun off into space like some little rogue.
No, it looked like a pretty solid. I mean, it looked like a pretty solid little rock, man. I mean, it looked pretty intense.
Slowed down, it sped up, it changed colors. It it emitted radio waves. It may have even received radio waves. I mean, come on.
Throw us up on a screen, Jay. Toss us up on the screen.
Oh my.
So that's what he says is not naturally occurring.
That is not natural.
I know. What is
it? Now, there are some things that make conical shapes in nature, but that does not appear to be one of them.
It's a very interesting little piece. Looks like there might even be like a hole there.
Yeah, or just in the shadows.
It might just be black. It might just be shadow. It's hard to tell. Which, I mean, we don't know what size it is. There's no context. We don't know what those size of those rocks are. Could it be a nose cone from one of those failed rover expeditions? It could be something like that.
All right. I just typed in my Google natural mineral cone shapes. Well, those definitely aren't natural.
I mean, I could maybe give you the cone, but not that flat bottom and the cone. That's just too. Avi Loeb is the scientist. Yeah, he worked on Oumuamua, and
he's an MIT teacher. He works at MIT and Harvard, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's about one of the few brave scientists out there that are willing to entertain that. You know what? Maybe this is not what we thought it was. No, we're not going to take a break because we won't make it. We're on our own time at this point. So whenever we go, we go. We're just going through articles that we always end up having extras of. No, I'm gonna bring it back in a second. So, no, they were sending back pictures from Artemis of Earth today. Really pretty pictures too. I mean, they were really got some good pictures. Well, of course, cameras.
Okay, so here is the natural cone shape. However, it is not. Well, it's now a mineral, but it didn't start out as one. You know what I mean? So, can you see the in the guy's hand? So what you got is like barnacle-like structures. So they're biological creatures that created the cone shape, but now they've been mineralized as fossils. But cool, that's not what we see in that picture that you just showed.
No, that other thing is all smoothed around and flat-bottomed, and
right.
For right now, I would have to say maybe it's a part. I mean, we send a lot of shit to Mars. Let's be honest, and I'm sure some of it have cone-type things on top of it. So
it's quite possible it could be a cover for a they do have those. It's I think they might even be made out of mylar, but the radar dish, it opens up like a fan. It may be a cone cover for that. Like you said, maybe it's hollow. So
it's interesting stuff. I mean, no, Donnie, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that there's something odd on Mars.
It's nothing.
Well, okay. First, if they found other anomalies on Mars, most of the time they turn out to be apart from another spacecraft. Yeah, they found this weird disc-looking thing, and when they flipped it over, they realized it was part of the Viking mission. Yeah, it probably popped off when it was coming down, and it just landed wherever it landed. I mean, Mars's gravity isn't super like Earth's is, so things take a little longer to get down. Maybe travel a further distance before they touch the ground.
What is it, like 1/5 our gravity, something like that? Hey Google,
1/6.
What's the gravity on Mars?
1/3, I think. 1/6 is the moon, right?
38%.
Yeah, so 1/3. Yeah, Okay, yeah. That's what I thought it was about 1/3. So
wow.
That means people you are 70% stronger there than you are here.
I hover around 190, 198, 188. So I'm just going to round it up to 200. On Mars, I would weigh 60.
70.
I would weigh 76 pounds.
Yeah, that's it. 76 pounds. JV,
just got a letter from my doctor saying I need to lose 10. So there you go, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Send me to Mars.
Yeah, and your blood pressure would be, your body would be working less.
I could probably jettison 3 medications off of my morning breakfast. When I was a kid, I predicted, I was a fan of the Jetsons. I predicted we would eat our breakfast with pills. My breakfast consists of about 15 to 18 pills, depending on what I decide to throw in the pill bottle every morning.
Oh, Lord.
And I just ran out of one that I had to take 4. Well, I don't have to, but I take 4 of them anyways. 4 vitamin D complex pills. So I find that I feel a little bit. I don't feel as tired when I take those.
All right, let's see. One of our favorite commentators here.
Oh, let me throw that up.
Yeah, I forgot. He's up there.
Dinky dink. Yep, it is.
Okay, here we go.
And should be obvious to everybody that China and other foreign countries are sending people here for nefarious purposes. And not only that, they're taking up slots in universities that could be taken up by American students. It's not just China, though. Look at what happened at the Harvard commencement today. You got people up there again with the anti-Semitism coming in from foreign countries. I don't understand why people believe that we have to continue to take in people from around the world who fundamentally either despise America, hate America, want to tear down the West, or want to spy on us. We don't have to do this. It is obvious to me, and should be obvious to everybody, that China and other foreign countries are sending people here for nefarious.
They are nefarious purposes, dude.
I don't disagree with him one bit.
We get so many links into us, guys. I mean, they're just. No, I showed the I showed the sunset on Mars a while ago. Yeah, I was torturing Sean with it.
Poor Sean.
We couldn't play. If we played everything we get, we would never get anything done. That's all we're doing. I mean, sometimes the boys got to make me quick because it will be an hour into clips. Yeah, I mean,
wait till election time comes around, and we're going to bombard you with stats and figures and logic, and you're probably going to want to change your vote.
Yeah, what is this? Some alien invasion or something?
Where? Oh, here, let me throw it up. Oh, that's your front yard there, buddy.
Look at them roses, people. I'm just
jealous. They're rickety blue stairs.
Yeah, I seen them stare. I seen a run broken right there.
Yeah, I just saw that. You got to fix that. What a shame.
Roses,
Contractor has
there's more than 100 buds on there right now.
Yeah, it's looking
beautiful roses. You ought to seen it today. It's all of that's bloomed plus all kind of other stuff.
Did you see the comment I sent for you on that?
I think I did actually.
Okay, yeah, just be careful about that. You can't smoke it, even though it's in the same family.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, Claire, that was my chihuahuas here walking around the yard with me.
Yep, both of them.
Yeah, they're in there. Yeah, no, they're in the video somewhere.
Yeah, you just said them. They're right around the corner here. They'll show them.
They're
1, 2, 3, turn the corner.
Oh, we keep a dozen in the house all the time. They smell a house out. Wait till the mimosa starts blooming. Jesus. But for some reason, it doesn't bother me like this fucking tree pollen does, man. That shit kills me. Get them buds. You pay big money to get a dozen of them boys.
I forget which ones that I like to smell the most. There they are. The one I like the most of is it's a bulb plant that comes out early spring, and it smells very nice, but it's not a tulip. Tulips come out more like mid to late spring.
A beastie plane. That plane is such a beast.
Let me see if I can find the name of it.
No, Jack, that's the F-47 and 2 F-22 shadow in it. Yes, that thing is beastified. It's being polite.
Hyacinth. I love those. They come in neat colors, and they smell good. But they don't. The problem is in this climate, they're I think they're an annual. because of the bulb nature, but they don't last very long. The further south you go, they become a perennial and they last longer.
Man, we get so many flowers. I mean, it's insane. What's that Kirby Lee brownie cake person? Whatever kind of retarded name that is. Yes, we are reclaiming queer, but we say it all the time on the show. Queer just means strange and weird and wonderful, not, you're getting you know what, now you know what, now you know where. We did the same thing with gay. Yeah, gay means happy and fun. I don't know why people made it have sexual connotations. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. And it wasn't like that when I was a kid. That's recent times. Yeah, so we're reclaiming I know you heard that, didn't you? I have heard it on ABC and NBC. Yeah. So we're not the only ones. Either somebody's listening to us or somebody got the same idea at the same time. But we're just tired of letting our words be perverted for perverted reasons. That's all. If Trump ends the war with a decent victory and these other two jobs he's got going on pans out, let's say by, what are we in? We're in April, right? So if he gets this wrapped up by June, all of it, they'll coast through the midterms. If the gas is down, if Trump's got all of this to tout, plus fuel prices are down, economy's still straight and going, running good, they'll get, right now they're forecasting them to win fucking California and big. I don't know to tell the Democratic Party if they lose California. That's a disaster for that party.
It's starting to look that way. Yeah. I mean, so some of the polls are looking in favor of, is it 3 candidates for the Republicans right now?
No. There's two Republican candidates and like 8 or 5 or how many ever Democrats.
Okay.
So, but they have an open primary. They don't have a party primary. So it's the 2 winners out of everybody runs. So right now,
so there's 2 Republicans versus 8 dudes in 1 primary.
Yes, and so the Republicans hold first and second place. Yeah. So if that's the way it pans out, then they got a Republican governor no matter what. They're so divided amongst the 8, or I forgot how many. It was a higher number, but should just ask Google. She'll tell you how many Democratic candidates they got for California governor.
Let me turn our volume up a little bit. Hey, Google, volume 6. What's the question?
How many Democrats are running for governor in California?
Hey, Google, how many Democrats are running for governor in California?
Yes, we like using AI.
2026 California governor's race. There are 8 established Democrats
8, that's right. 8. Okay.
On the June 2nd primary ballot.
Oh, okay. Stop.
There are many other candidates.
So you got 10 candidates altogether. 2 are Republicans, 8 are Democrats.
And probably a few independents in that ticket.
But the more the merrier, because the more they spread that field out, the easier it is for these 2 Republicans to win. And they got that nasty bitch, the one that was on TV. We played a couple of clips of her in here. She was the favorite for a long time, but she ain't anymore. Oh no, California's got a lot of problems. I'll be out there soon enough. I'll be out for I think it's 8 days, 7 days, something like that. No, man, all my kids come stay here while I'm going. Harass everybody. Yeah. No, where we live is pretty safe. It's still, I like the kids to come hang out. I don't like my house to be empty. Well, it's not. I just prefer somebody near me. Mm-hmm. And both my son and daughter-in-law carry guns. Matter of fact, they got a video of her. She runs a security company these days. They got a video of her taking some guy down at the hotel.
Who is this now? Pam Bondi?
No, that's my daughter-in-law.
Oh,
Pam Bondi's gone, but she's fired.
Yeah, she's fired, by the way, huh?
She's fired.
Good segue.
She's adios amigos, bud. She's gone. I miss Pam already, baby. I miss you.
Yeah, she's going into the private sector, I understand.
Yeah, she was fucking up too much, not getting people prosecuted, making Trump look bad.
Yeah.
Jackie, to be honest with you, she was the scapegoat for the Epstein files. She's the one that said she had the list, blah, blah, blah. Now she don't. Now she's gone. And now the new guy can just come in and say, if she had one, I can't find it. So then that's the end of that. So. No, I'm pretty sure they agreed with who's going to replace him. I'd have to look, but when we reported this yesterday, I'm pretty sure they had already had his replacement set up. Well, somebody's temporarily stepping in, but I think they have somebody else that's going to take over. The economy numbers are good. Inflation's holding around 2.4, 2.5%, I believe. Job market's doing well. Highest wages in the history of the nation. Just unfortunately, it's the highest, but there's no inflation, so your money's going further.
Well, and on certain, for instance, our volume of work at work has increased, so they have mandated. We used to get 3 12-hour days, and then Wednesdays a half hour, or not a half hour, but a half day of 6. They've been mandating we do 12 on Wednesday, and with there's being no tax on overtime, I'm thinking I might take an extra 6 on Thursdays and then only have 2 days, Friday and Saturday off. But I can still do all the radio shows I'm on, and that would be, let's see, 54 hours, I think, which is 14 in overtime at time and a half.
That's the only thing that ever sucked about overtime was giving it to the Fed. Half of it always went to the Fed.
Ching.
Jimmy, I barely ever was in a job where I got overtime. I always get more money, but you also get screwed because you do work. Well, when I was a GM, I usually put in about 60 hours a week. So that would have been 20 hours of overtime, but since I was on salary, I didn't get overtime. Well, the bosses never get overtime. Doesn't work that way. But no, I got paid better than everybody else, so it didn't matter. But it's just the way it works out. I've been the boss of a lot of things over the years, especially when I was young. I couldn't make up my mind what the fuck I wanted to do. Yeah, it was just one of them things. When I got a Navy, I had all kinds of degrees, and I had more than coming out from other stuff I got into. But everybody kept offering me jobs like New York City. I didn't want to go to fucking New York, Seattle, Washington, which back then I thought was a beautiful place, but I still didn't want to go there. It's too far from home. Well, it's not that the weather's all that much different in Seattle or Portland for that matter. They don't get near as much snow as the rest of the state does, and they get a lot of humid area, which is fine, but they don't get the kind of rain that they get like 36 inches. We get almost 70. And God help us if we get a hurricane, we could break 100. Well, I mean, look at the Katrina put down like 4 foot or some shit in water. Not including the 28 tidal surge.
I think when it first hit the coast, it was bringing in swells of 10 to 12, and then
not that. When the tidal surge was 28 feet, so not far from where I live.
Once it passed Florida, it came down a little bit, didn't it?
No, when it hit right where I'm living right now,
I
would be sitting under 12 foot of water. My ceiling.
Well, I must be remembering. I've been through so many. One of the hurricanes I know was coming, and maybe it was one of them that hit us. It was sending 10 to 12 foot swells in front of it. But then by the time it reached the coast, it was supposed to, I think, hit Charleston. Then it hit us. But then by the time it did hit us, it was only like a 4 foot surge, so we didn't get flooded. Thank God.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's probably like a Cat 2 or a Cat 3 or something.
It started out as a Cat 3 and it hit the coast as a Cat 1.5. Yeah. I mean, as soon as it hit Savannah, it just went and just like
Katrina started out
on top of us and dropped 2 days worth of water in a 7-minute stretch.
Katrina was a Cat 5 that was a Cat 4 when it made landfall where we were.
Yeah.
And so not far from where I live in Gulfport, there was a church.
I had a very successful hurricane party during that flooded
They don't
area.
do that down here because they die down here doing that shit. But no, right where the church is, not far from.
I was in a building that was hurricane proof.
No such thing.
Well, it was hurricane resistant for sure. At least
not far from here.
At least to a 2 level hurricane.
This guy built this seriously steel. This guy was an engineer. Built this seriously.
You want to see the building we were in?
And it's now toast. The storm just picked it up from the bottom and flipped it and took it away. Pulled everything out the ground and all. It shot out of there. And then in New Orleans, in the big buildings, the 30 and 40 and 50 story ones, it just blew the glass out of them.
I didn't think I might have the house.
Big storms.
Zillow. Let's go to Zillow. I like Zillow.
No, Jim, that's what I was saying. Right down the street from where I live, in the church. Wait, hold on, Jay. Shut up for a minute. Let me finish this. Right down the street from where I live. That's what we're talking about. Right on the beach in Gulfport, there's a big church with a 34-foot steeple. So only thing was left was the metal frame of the church and the very top of the steeple and the bell. From 29 feet down, there was nothing. The storm just washed it away. And not only did it wash it washed it away 5 miles inland. And the water actually reached interstate. So Interstate 10 actually acted like a little barrier to save other neighborhoods on the other side of it. These storms don't fucking play around, man. I'm telling you, so where I'm sitting right now, there was 24 feet of water. Code requires you to build your house 22 feet off the ground here. No, mine got grandfather because it survived the storm.
Wrong button again.
Or mainly survived the storm. Well, this house was 4,000 square feet before Katrina. And now it's a little less than 2,000, about 1,800. So that tells you right there. It tells you.
Well, let me show you this place really quick. So they've changed it a little bit, but this was the apartment I rented in college. Now they've put some siding on the front here. This front window used to be all glass block, and it was in the whole facade. They put some plaster over this. This whole front thing here is like big cinder block, not siding. And you see next to the door casing here, there's 2 hurricane bolts. There's star bolts. They go all the way to the other side of the building on the back side, straight through the building. That's one of the security things. There's probably some up there that they're covered by the fake siding they put up, which makes it look ugly. And I don't know why they took away the glass blocks, but when we get to the side, there's where we used to park.
Those things that you run from one side to the other side, you know what we use those for down here? To keep walls from falling off of buildings.
Yeah, that's what these are. Now look, see that's the kind of brick it is. It's like this big block, big blocky stuff, and there's no seams, there's no mortar. It's a really strong, tight building. And on that wall, on this wall up here, is a star bolt that goes all the way through the top of the building. And there's a fireplace down there too.
In New Orleans, they only use those on buildings that
the tree grew above it.
But they only use those on homes with weak upper walls. That's why they use them. We use them all over New Orleans, but that's only on the stuff that was 100 years older and stuff. How old was this place?
I don't remember. I'll go back to the description in a minute. That used to be my bedroom. No, actually, that was my roommate's bedroom, John's bedroom, and then that's the bathroom, and then there was a laundry machine up in there. Where's the second bedroom? Nice kitchen, galley kitchen. They made it bigger. It was smaller when we were there. There's the hallway upstairs. There's the second bedroom. That's where I was. But I guess I don't know where the bolt is. Anyway, let's see if we can go to the back to the listing.
Well, a lot of times they cover them nowadays. They don't want you to see that.
Should have it as where's the description? Back to listing. There, here we go. Home value. Wow, how much are they selling? $586,000. I'd buy it if I had the money. I really would. It was a neat place. It still is. A little small, but I enjoyed it. There was a nice location. Right, like 2 blocks behind it is the liquor store. How old is it? Usually they tell you on these things.
Yeah, they don't always. Sometimes they
built in 1873.
Damn. Yeah. See, that's why they had those things going through the top. That's what I was just saying about New Orleans. No, people. So in homes usually that are 100 years or older, they take a cable and they shoot it through one side to the other wall from your right side of your house to your left side of the house. They shoot a cable all the way through, and then they put tightening bolts on it and restraining bolts, and it pulls everything taut so the walls don't move. Because old homes like that, because if they did use mortar, by now the mortar has weakened so much that it's not doing anything. If they did freestanding, which a lot of people did, it's also probably moved. So they use you'll see them all over New Orleans if you come down. Just look up the upstairs on all these properties, you'll see them. And that's what they use for. They keep the walls from basically imploding off the top of the house.
let me show you the larger value of that for those people who are of the who like to drink, just let's say. There it is. Boom. It should give us the map. I want to go back to the map. Where's the map? Oh, come on, man. Keep this up. Oh, anyways, it's not far. It's actually a 1 block walk. All right, here we go. So I don't know if you can see where this 600 is. That's the house, or near enough to it. You go up to the end of the block, you go over to the next block, and right here, this 1.4 million, that's Johnny Gannon's package shop. Best liquor store in town.
Yeah, commercial price always worth more.
Yeah. And I worked at that liquor store. They were a great family. They're wonderful people. They're from the Middle East. They're Middle Eastern.
Yeah, we lucky Jay didn't get cooked for dinner. Now we know, huh?
No, they're 100% Catholic, but where are they from? I think they were Lebanese.
So what are you insinuating? Jay looks like a camel? Is that what you're saying?
I used to smoke Camels when I was much younger and stupider, and now I smoke even worse ones for me.
And then, Jimmy, I started out, the first cigarettes I ever smoked was Lucky Strike filterless.
Yeah, Heidi, I've got 1:29 a.m. Eastern, I think, daylight time.
Yeah, I'm at 12:29, and you should be at 11:29, right?
She's trying to keep up, but she gets Wayback. Sherman keeps turning the Wayback machine on her and sending her backwards in time on the videos.
Actually, Gene, let me see. We might have had something left, but hold on. I'm in the wrong place. I got to come back to the chat with y'all when I'm looking for that. Let's see. Yeah, because it's easier to find.
At least you're only in the wrong place. She's in the wrong time.
Okay, let's see. We talked about the 500-year ship. No, the scientists, I don't know, dude. There's nothing really to talk about because nobody knows what the hell is going on. These are Los Alamos scientists that are just either went missing or dead.
And with the story that I heard, there were 6 of them. 4 had been mysteriously murdered. 3 disappeared completely. One of them, like they said, was a general. I can't remember his name, McAndress or McSandress or something like that. He disappeared, leaving his wallet, his keys, and his cell phone at home.
Yep. No, we played the clip earlier, people. Yeah. We played the clip there. So everybody heard it when they were talking about that. I don't know what happened.
And I think the other 2, one went missing camping or hiking, and the other one went missing like jogging or walking through their neighborhood.
I think someone needs to ask Kelsey Gabbard.
I think someone needs to ask either Magic 12 dudes or Men in Black.
I don't know.
NSA might even have a finger in that too.
I don't know. We're not going to know, John, because nobody's going to go challenge it.
Yeah, who's gonna wave the flag and say foul?
So UN's supposed to be voting today on some way to work out the Hormuz deal, and for some reason China's pissed about it. I'm not even sure. I know China gets oil through this, so I don't even know why China's pissed. It doesn't even make any sense, but they just are.
They should be. I mean, if Iran does anything more drastic and like pinches it off with a dirty nuke or something like that. They're going to have to get their oil from us.
No, but that's not what China's pissed about. China's pissed because Europe's going to go over there and open up the strait.
Oh, well.
They're going to put a joint fleet over there and open up the strait. And China's like, no. China's trying to veto it in the UN.
I wonder why.
That's my question exactly. I have no idea why. IDF kills Iranian ballistic missile chiefs. The guy who's in charge of making their ballistic missiles is now dead. Yet another dead Iranian. This is getting crazy. They did it with a missile. Yeah, I guess it's a fitting way. You build a missile, you die by the missile, I guess. Let's see. Jamie Dimon says the U.S. was right to go to war with Iran. Good for him. We don't really care. Don't know who the hell he is. Why the Western world put up with Iran's war on us for 45 years. And thank God Trump ended it.
Well, I mean, not just 45 years, but how many? Oh, it's 47 actually, I think.
Yeah, it's 47 actually. You're right.
But how many people total? I mean, they don't give us the full. I mean, 3,000 people in the Trade Center, 400 or 500 at the 300 or 400 at the Pentagon, and then all throughout the years. How many people have? Not just Americans, but worldwide.
Yeah, no, we lost a lot of people to him. So it was time. It needs to end. It's just, and that's what's going on. It's going to end, and it'll make the Middle East a better place, make the whole world a better place. Decorated NASA veteran says something snake-like was moving outside the spaceship. Really? No pictures? Yeah, well, bite me. How's that? No, that's what it says, Don. It says, now I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. A decorated NASA veteran says something snake-like was moving outside the spaceship. He's not the first astronaut to say they saw something weird moving around outside the spacecraft. They act like there's something alive up there. It's starting to remind me of one of them Star Wars junkyards or something. Let's see. Here we go. Cuba government basically surrenders. Trump and Rubio has changed everything. Oh, I'm glad I remember to get this one. Astronomer just discovered a hidden space cavity quietly shielding, guess what? The moon. So our atmosphere is basically protecting the moon from radiation.
What is now?
Yeah, I'll read it again. Astronomers just discovered a hidden space cavity quietly shielding the moon from radiation. Geologists discovered a gigantic force. Oh no, that's the thing underneath Earth. Never mind. So I forgot whether it was the part of the atmosphere that does it, but it reaches out as far as the moon. The moon is shielded from up by us, by our being here, by the magnetosphere. That's what it was. It's shielded by it. So there's low count radiation on the moon. Not like there is in space. And if that's true, that means that between us and them is also like that. So maybe that's why the Van Allen belt never affected anybody. Well, that's an interesting piece of information. Russia posts March losses hit record high. Lizinski reveals shocking numbers. 45,000 Russians killed last month alone.
Wow. And how many Ukrainians in the same amount of time?
It didn't post the Ukrainians, but it wasn't that many. It's like about 5,000 if I remember right.
That's still a lot. That's a big number.
And we already looked at the Martian reptilian insect thingies.
Yeah. Well, no, we went back to the DOD thing. Okay, so what else? We got it all? We didn't get it all.
Yeah. So we got ex-NASA engineer.
Hi, Heidi.
Breakthrough in propulsion technology. This is the guy who was talking about no fuel. No fuel, no exhaust, and it just creates pure electricity and pushes it along.
So how is it generating the electricity?
It doesn't say.
There's something about gathering it. So is it gathering static
electricity
in the vacuum of space,
pulling
or is it
out
gathering hydrogen and converting it to electricity?
I think it's pulling it out from the atmosphere and from space.
Well, there's not as much hydrogen in our atmosphere as there is in space. It's much more abundant in space than it is here. So in our atmosphere, if it was, let's just call it a multimedia ship, if it can go through atmospheres and space and underwater and perhaps under lava, then it would need a conventional engine to do that. But the space engine would be completely different. If it gathers hydrogen, it would have to work in outer space. If it did it in our atmosphere, it would take a lifespan out of our atmosphere. It'd kill us.
Well, no, because we can produce hydrogen. So I mean, that's a chemical that we can make.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be a bad idea to have a hydrogen-driven engine fired off inside of a hydrogen-rich atmosphere with oxygen and humans.
Yeah, what's a little?
Maybe that's why FTL drives are only lit off outside the solar system. I don't know. But that seems to be a rule.
No, Carolyn, they're working on. I've heard 4 or 5 different companies working on FTL. So we might actually see an FTL on that, but not the FTL. People always want to go put the cart before the carrot. I mean, the carrot before the cart. I mean, or the cart behind the carrot. It's meaning is we don't matter if we got fast and light speed. We can't use it if we can't fucking see far enough out not to run over shit at light speed. Yes, we don't have the technology to see hundreds of light years ahead of us space and know what's there, like rocks and debris and suns and black holes and supernovas and pulsars and quasars. We have to be able to see all that shit traveling at that speed. We have to be able to see it way far enough ahead that we can maneuver away from it at the speeds we're traveling, which is fucking hauling ass.
Which is one of the things. Yeah, Dune does that. They had to predict what the guild navigators, what the obstacles were ahead. Otherwise, they're gone. You fly through what did Han Solo say? Fly too close to a supernova, or get lost in something or other, and you wind up dead.
Well, Jesse, you're talking about Star Trek. Well, Star Trek creates a warp, so in that warp, you're pretty much safe, but you still got to know where you're coming out at.
Yeah.
And if there's anything in the way of that warp you created, so you still have to be able to see ahead. The Enterprise is supposed to be able to see out like 10,000 light years or something.
Right.
Yeah, because it can travel at warp 9, almost at warp 10. So yeah, it's got to be able to see. Well, figure it this way: figure warp 1 is like the equivalent of 5 times the speed of light, and just keep doubling until you get to 10. Yeah. No, keep doubling. So 2 would be 10, right? But 3 would be 20, 4 would be 40, and on you go. And then figure out where you are when you get to warp 10. Yeah, fine.
Well, how does it go? Is it like warp 1 is the speed of light, warp 2 is 2 times?
No, in Star Trek, warp 1 is 5 times the speed of light. Warp 2 is 10 times the speed of light. Warp 3 is 20 times. Warp 4 is 40 times.
Let me search Wikipedia or Google.
Oh, well, that's what they were trying to say on your new favorite TV show the other night. What's it called?
I didn't watch it. I stopped watching it.
Awakening. Oh, I call it Awakening.
Yeah.
What the hell is it called? Academy. Yeah, there you go.
Star Trek Awoke. Yeah.
Yeah, Star Trek Awoke.
All right, here we go. Warp Factor. This is the official memoryalphafandom.com. So
that ought to be pretty good.
If anybody knows, they knows. Multiple realities.
I think I still got the 1970 something book. Somewhere in a
I do too, somewhere.
No, my mom used to buy me stuff. It had all the different outfits.
All right, so
what kind of ships they had. They had lots of different kind of ships. It wasn't just the Constellation class. Sorry.
Here's the warp factor chart.
Yeah. It's always interesting stuff, man. Well, because we don't really know what they consider a warp. Well, that's true too. We don't. But that's kind of.
Hey, Google, in Star Trek, what is warp 1, 2, 3, 4, etc.? What does all of that mean?
In Star Trek, the warp factor is a way to measure a ship's speed faster than light. Basically, warp 1 is exactly the speed of light.
Yeah.
After that, the speed goes up exponentially. For example, on the original show scale, warp 2 was 8 times the speed of light, warp 3 was 27 times, and warp 4 was 64 times the speed of light.
It's actually more than
series
that.
like The Next Generation, the scale was revised to make higher speeds even faster.
Yeah.
Warp 9, for instance, is well over 1,000 times the speed of light.
Wow.
And they even had a theoretical.
Okay, Google, stop.
So that's what I was saying. So you would just basically double it each time till you got to where you were going. It just
double or triple or quadruple, yeah.
Yeah, and actually with that it is. But on Awakening,
well, exponentially would mean like the first time it's doubled, the second time it's quadrupled, then 16, 32, blah, blah, blah. It would be like that.
Yeah, but I mean, they laid it out on the show the other night. I was surprised to see him do it, and because originally I was taught it was faster. But regardless, when you're traveling at warp 10, you're hauling ass, and you're crossing through space and time pretty fast. But it's still not fast enough to get you to the alpha, from the alpha quadrant to where was it? The delta quadrant, which would still take 80 years.
Yeah, or 70 years in Voyager's time.
And so
I think they were shot forward 70 years actually.
No, he's talking about Voyager, Jimmy. Voyager ended up in the Delta Quadrant, which was
70 like years away.
It was a long ride away. And no, Voyager doesn't do warp 10. Voyager does like warp 9.5, and it has to stop along the way and get involved in stuff along the way. And sometimes it's only running around warp 6 or warp 7, so it would have probably made the trip around 80 or 90 years. But the thing of it is they kept getting shortcuts. Like Q gave them a shortcut. Then they met the Borg, and then eventually, came back in time and saved their asses.
Mm-hmm.
Brought all that futuristic technology back to the humans. Yeah. No, we got to go though. Why? No, we out of stories. I don't know what to tell you about Los Alamos. I don't have friends that work out there anymore.
So some of the 6 or 7 or 4 people, whatever the real number is, almost all of them have a connection to that area: Los Alamos, Alamogordo, Sandian Labs, all of that, etc., and so forth. So that in and of itself should raise a red flag in any security corridor. However, it's barely even spoken about on any news service at all.
Well, extraterrestrial life is real.
It's mathematically possible that they don't exist.
Trump wants to put it out. Whether we'll get it, we'll see. I mean, he put out
4 to 7 people have lost their lives over it.
Yeah, he put out he put out 3.5 million Epstein files. He put out the Kennedy files, so maybe he's gonna put them out. I don't know, dude. Some secrets we're just not ready for. I don't know if this is. I don't know what. From where I look at this, I figure in America, about 50% of us are ready for the truth. The other 50 are going to flip the fuck out. We're in an advanced country. Europe's going to even be a little worse. Europe's going to be about 40-60 flipping out.
And I'm afraid also that some people in the government in control think that this information might also collapse their control and or the government.
Yeah. You don't think the Chinese are going to flip out? Asian world's going to flip out? So when you look at our planet, with the 8 billion of us on the planet, I'd say about 2.5 billion can handle the truth. That means 6 billion can't. 6 billion people, I don't even want to think about the disaster that's going to follow. I'll just be grateful we're living in this country when it happens. Yeah, because it's going to go apeshit. Now, South Americans believe in extraterrestrials. They think they've been in contact with extraterrestrials forever. So they're not going to have the crazy out that the rest of the world is. No, they when you get into the Mesoamericans, all in myth and laws, they seem to be well connected with ET. There's even a group down there that have a different skull shape. Only ones on the planet alive today that we know of. Well, Jimmy, that's true and not true. So there's 8 basic blood types: A, B, O, and AB. And you got positive, negative, so that's what makes it 8. There are an additional freak things, like 20 or 30 of them actually, but they're very, very, very rare, and they're not something that's going to produce into our society. It's not going to become part of it. Matter of fact, several of them now are actually already have become extinct blood types. Yes. Mm-hmm. The most significant blood type on this planet right now would be O negative, because it's the universal donor, and it's the purest form of blood known to man.
Does it not have to be? It doesn't have to be like filter or anything. Like so someone can take directly.
Yeah. So what they really do is they remove the plasma and give you the O negative plasma.
They give you the globins, the red parts.
So and your body accepts it without anything else. It doesn't have to be processed. It's just a gift from whatever gave us the RH positives. I mean, RH negative. Well, it was RH positive for a long time. They figure RH negative showed up and the reason they figure was 25 to 45,000 years, because it was only about 15% of the world's population had it in the 60s and 70s. It's a little more now, but not that much more. So, they couldn't figure out where it came from, why it came about. It was a baby killer. Mother Nature created a baby killer. That didn't even make sense. Well, because if you were an O negative and you bred with it didn't matter. If you were a negative bred with a positive, it was a good chance that the baby would be stillborn, because the positive was more dominant than the negative. Maybe it was vice versa, but I'm pretty sure that was right. Yeah. But then somebody invented this thing called the anti-denigen D gene, I believe is what it's called. And you get a shot now, and guess what? But that's why they used to have blood tests before you got married, people. Yeah, in the old days, you have to have blood tests. Yeah, man. They will make sure you were compatible with your spouse.
What song is it that says "Can't Catch Me Because the Rabbit Done Died"?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I know the song, but I don't think.
Yeah, there's a rock and roll song that makes reference to that. You can't catch me.
Oh,
Rabbit Done Died. It's reference to.
It's Aerosmith's song. It's I can hear the damn lyrics too. It's
it might have to do with his daughter that played Arwen. But anyway, so it makes reference to the rabbit test where if the rabbit died, the girl was pregnant.
Yeah. Well, no, people, they're more sophisticated nowadays. But we're gonna go. It's 12 minutes to 1. It's early in the morning for Jay. He's asleep. Look at it.
It's almost 2 o'clock here.
He could be snuggling up warm, get high, watching some TV. Sweet emotions. Thank you. See, Karen knows her music. I knew it was Aerosmith. I just couldn't remember which song it was. That's a good song, Sweet Emotion. You know what, Jake? We haven't really played Aerosmith on this show, and I'm not sure if that gets us tossed.
Yeah, it really depends on how they have their stuff. But the station does take care of a what is it? What's the organization for music?
ASCAP.
ASCAP. Yeah, gosh, I couldn't remember it.
But see, no, YouTube don't care. YouTube has tossed us a couple. They didn't give us strikes. They did give us one strike, but most of the time they just stop it while it's playing. They stop the broadcast. Not on our end, on their end. Yeah, they can't stop us. They can stop our stuff on their end. Yeah. It sucks because you got to go restart. It's a pain in the ass. But anyway, we're going to get out of here because I want to go find something to eat because I'm starving all of a sudden. I want to tell everyone good night and thank you for tuning in to United Public Radio with Jay and Sean and Joe. Actually, it's Jay, John, and Joe. Yeah, we changed Sean. It's the 3 J's. Remember, we had to change his name.
Yeah. And he's not here to defend himself. And don't forget, is it tomorrow night? Are we having some special guests tomorrow night?
Oh, so tomorrow we got a bunch of stuff going on. So everybody knows we're in the middle of the Writers of the Future thing. So on the chat, we're going to probably host 6 of the winners tomorrow night. So it ought to be an interesting experience. Well, usually the chat's a pretty crazy show, but not. It'll be under the author's quill. It won't be under the chat. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, because I have to watch my husband. Well, I'll be doing 10 guests Saturday. I'll be doing 4 on my with John and author's quill, and then I'll be doing 6 with Jay. And if John, I don't know if John's gonna join us, not if Carmen was, but any of the hosts are welcome. So they're gonna come on and but that's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be just that. It's gonna be in that format. So anybody who's not really interested in authors or illustrators might not, Yeah. It's only for that week. Now the boys will be on when I'm in LA. I'll probably join them at least some on Saturday or Friday because it's early Friday. Well, the problem is, see, like it's a time of difference in days. So chat comes on 6 here, but in LA it's 4, and usually we're going to dinner or in the middle of something. On Friday it's different. It's 9, so it's 7 there. So there's a better chance I'd catch them on a Friday night than a Saturday, but still. But towards the end of the show, I might go up to the room for something, pop in or something. Yeah. Well, no, just because I'm not there doesn't mean the shows aren't going on. I'm just not going to be there. Anyway, on that note, we're going to get out of here. So, again, thanks everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and the News on the Flipside Show. I hope you all enjoyed it. And of course, you got any moans or groans or gripes or bitches or complaints, feel free to write to Michelle. She loves to hear from y'all, Mr. Roche.
Especially when we've been naughty.
Yes. She likes to have a reason to fuss at us. Good night, Jared. Good night, everybody. Yeah.